Testing, testing, testing. What's up? What's up? Are we live? Please confirm if you can hear my voice loud and clear. What's up to the crew? Thank you for hopping on. Let's go. I see we are live. Let's move. Let's move. Let me know if you are here in the chat. Let me know if you can hear my voice loud and clear. And welcome to the beautiful Bybit Amsterdam office, the Netherlands HQ. Absolutely honored to be here. And you know what? We have an awesome stream, so much to do today. I want to keep it short and sweet as much as possible, get sharp, straight to the point. So let me know if we are loud and clear, and let's move. We're going to be very focused today. So let's get straight into it. Please confirm if you can see my chart and which layout you prefer. I think let's move with this layout for now. And I see the crew. Let's go. Well done. Serpos in the building. Biruk is here. Abraz with us. Wow, what a name. Let's go. Akerejola. Akerejola Etimaife. Welcome to the building. I see the crew is in. The crew is hot. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Abrao, lovely to see you. I see Femi was here. Is Femi with us? Is Femi with us? Oh. Dave, your real name is Akerejola. What a name. Roll with Akerejola. Own Akerejola. Don't dumb it down to Dave. Unless Dave is also your name. Liquidator in the building. All right, let's hit it. Let's roll, y'all. I'm going to get straight into Bitcoin on the monthly time frame. We're going to hit the weekly. We're going to hit the daily. We're going to do a little bit of 4-hour. Then we're going to do Ethereum. We're going to do market charts. We're going to do a little bit of fundamental news analysis. We're going to hit altcoins. And boom, boom, boom. Thank you, ma'am. Wham, bam, shabam. We're going to smash it. All right, I see my crew is here. Shaibu, let's go. Did I see Chrysanthus? Liquidator is Chrysanthus. Beautiful, beautiful. Fearless is here. All right, so I'm going to get straight into the charts. Let me know which layout you prefer. This might be better for now so you can see the charts a little bit bigger. But please do invite your friends, invite your family. Let's keep it hot. Let's have some fun. And let's get straight into it. So Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, something very important that I want to share with the crew right here. Let me just double check that it's using the correct mic. Oh, we are looking good. We are looking good. All right, so those of you who aren't on Market Cypher B yet, this is the indicator I want y'all all to practice. So try to bring it up now. If you're not using it yet, I am busy with the tutorials. You can also head to Crypto Faces channel. Here's my absolute ultimate trader. Like, he's the best trader in the world. Let me be very honest. He's the most profitable. He's the most real. He's also a really funny guy. Very cool. And then we have Jay Casper, and they've got some very nice Vu Manchu Market Cypher B content on their channels. I'm also busy with my own Vu Manchu Market Cypher B tutorial, but I am going to be starting off with some Market Cypher B. So don't let it confuse you. I know it's confusing. It took me years to learn, and that's why I'm so passionate about breaking it down for the newbies so that you can use it, because this is the most profitable indicator that has ever existed, easiest to use. We have high margin traders using this. Crypto Face is trading $30 million. Do you think someone's going to be trading $30 million for long time frames? I mean, he's been trading this much for years, and it's thanks to his indicator, which he created, which is Market Cypher B. All right, so I'm not going to go through all of the setup right now. It is in my Discord. The link to my Discord is in the description, but all you need to search for is right here, Vu Manchu Market Cypher B with divergences. And I do believe you can just type VMC into your trading view, and you will find Vu Manchu Cypher B. If you would like a discount link for TradingView, it's also in the description. And of course, sign up to Bybit. We will be doing a giveaway towards the end. So if you want to be involved in the giveaway, sign up a Bybit link under my account in the description. And let's get moving. So let me know in the chat, who is using Vu Manchu Market Cypher B? Because I know the OGs in this community, I've been pushing it for years. And finally, some of you are starting to make bank. And this is, that is what makes me happy. So congratulations. Let me know who's using VMC and who is making bank. Oh, let's go. Yitka in the building. Thank you for joining. So much love. Oh, and it was so lovely to spend some time with you in Dubai. It was far too short. Any amount of time I spend in Dubai seems too short. But oh, what a lovely human being. Thank you for your presence. It was so amazing. Ah, too kind, too kind. And yes, I am at the Bybit HQ. I am on, about, I don't even know, like the 30th, 40th floor of this crazy office block. So maybe towards the end, if you want, I'll walk you around the Bybit HQ. And look at this, rocking the Amsterdam colors. That's what's up, baby. Thank you, Femi. Welcome to the building. Welcome to the building. All right, so I do want to get straight into it today. And yeah, I'm bringing home a whole bunch. I'm bringing home a whole bunch to South Africa. So we'll do a giveaway during this stream. And then all you have to do is, yeah, sort out the courier. We'll sort out the courier costs and we'll get a whole bunch to Nigeria. Next time one of the Nigerians come here from Bybit, I'll give them a whole bunch of merch. They'll take it back. And yeah, the merch is just beautiful. I mean, they gave me a limited edition Bybit poker set. So now we're going to be playing poker Bybit style. All right, let's get into it. Thank you everybody for being here. Please do smash that like button, share the stream. And the main thing that I want to share with you here is monthly time frame. So first of all, keep your charts naked. Oh, and it's so good to be back on YouTube. Thank you everybody for being here. I have had absolute YouTube withdrawals, been missing my crew. And sure, I'm on the best monitor. I'm in the best space. I just feel so good. Thank you everybody for being here. Let's go. Please do smash those likes if you are with us. Share the stream. All right, so very important. I did see CryptoFace sharing this a few weeks ago, and super important. When you are looking at the Fu Manchu Market Cipher B indicator, one of the first things you learn is how to follow the wave trend, right? This blue section here is known as your wave trend. This is the first thing to understand, and try to get your Fu Manchu to look like mine. Try to simplify it down to what you need at the beginning. It is in my Discord, and I am busy with a tutorial. So if it's too complicated for now, just let the information flow over you. Do not just turn off because you get too confused, right? The more you hear this, the more you repeat it, the more you will understand it. This blue section is your wave trend, and we have a similar kind of slow moving average section, which gives you crossovers. And when those crossovers happen, we get what we call our trigger waves, which are these red or green dots. They are super important. Of course, you can use them actually for scalping, trading entries on lower time frames. But when we are looking at these much higher time frames, they become extremely important for long-term plays to understand what's going on. And what's so crazy is right now on the monthly time frame, we have this green dot. So let me try and make it nice and big, but I hope everybody's seeing this because this is super important. Yes, this can take a while to play out, but let's just go back in time. Remember, always look historically. And every time we've got one of these green dots on this monthly time frame, we get these massive follow-through moves. This green dot right here, and amazing to see. I mean, it is in the overpump territory. It is all the way up at the 70 level on the wave trend, but it still is very important. All right, here we can see from that level, boom, 90% pump up on Bitcoin. These are not mess around numbers. And of course, this one was absolutely beautiful. If you get a wave trend green trigger wave at the bottom of the wave, you cannot sleep on that one. And imagine, I mean, everyone who bought anything in their portfolio, anyone who went long there, I mean, look at that. It literally said, okay, time to flip your portfolio. Boom, there is the green dot. There is the VWAP cross. We're going to go into VWAP a little bit later. And I mean, boom, that was the bottom. That was the absolute bottom. We pumped 641% from that green dot. So I know this indicator is confusing, but this is something nice to start with. And when you are using a new indicator, zoom out, right? Make it easier for yourself. Get rid of that analysis paralysis. And yeah, always go back in time. We can even see right here, this green dot here on the monthly. Have a look at that beautiful monthly green candle that gave us a 60% pump. So we cannot sleep on this. And it does look like right now, this is playing out. And we're going to go into all the targets. We're going to go into all the eventualities. But just be aware, right? There are 12 more days in this month. If these 12 days close, we get another candle open, and this green dot confirms, then just be aware that on the monthly, we could see much further pump. I mean, the smallest one we saw was 60%, and that takes us all the way up past 150K. This is a very bullish outlook, so keep it realistic. Anything can happen, right? We can come down and pump up, but just remember that that monthly green dot is there, and it's something to be aware of. All right, lovely to have the crew here. Please let me know if everything is loud and clear. All right, please save the video. This will be on YouTube. There will also be chapters, so you can repeat it. You can repeat it with captions. You can slow it down. You can speed it up. Everything you need. All right. Yes, the dots are hugely important, right? Those are your trigger wave entries. I'll show you, if you are a scalper, how to use these, but stay tuned for the tutorials. They are incoming. Ika in the building, and now I have met you face to face in Florence. So lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right, so also nice to do a little bit of candle reading since we are all the way out on this monthly time frame. And one thing I want to show you here on the candle reading, which is also a bullish possibility, a bullish outlook. Y'all know that I'm not just a moon boy, I'm actually a vampire. I'm looking for lower levels, but something to be aware of here in the candles are, of course, you always want to be able to identify candle patterns early, right? And what we're seeing here is a potential 3 white soldiers. If we get another beautiful candle right here, this could be a 3 white soldiers scenario. And if we look back in time, basically like that, right? Something like that. And then we could get that nice follow through up to some of our targets, the bull flag target, the Fibonacci extension target. And I'm going to go through those shortly, but we see it all over the place, right? The 3 white soldiers is one of my favorite candle patterns, and it's not really the candle pattern that you enter at the top of. Yes, technically this would be where you enter out of the 3 white soldiers, but it's more a confirmation that your trend will continue. So just be aware in the next month. Yes, it's a slow game with these monthly time frames, but we might get another 3rd white soldier. All right, so from here I'm going to hop to the weekly time frame, and I mean technically we should go to the 2-week here. Before we go to the weekly, it's always good to look at your market cipher on the weekly, and we can see on the 2-week at least, our green dot has been confirmed on market cipher. Everything is looking up. We've got wave trend looking up. We've got money flow turning around. We've got VWAP crossed. And if you are a market cipher B OG, let me know in the chat. Keanu's in the building. What's up? What's up, my G? Shout out to Keanu, one of my South African brothers. All right, so this is nice to see. 2-week time frame. If you're not using it yet, start using it. Have a look at this bearish divergence on the 2-week time frame. Literally called the top on these charts. So nice. All right, from here, I actually want to go down to the weekly time frame, and there's a couple of things I want to look at. Actually, you know what? It might actually be easier. I know I have a lot of newbies on here, so the monthly time frame can make things nice and clear. So what I'm going to do is just a few of our Fibonacci's right here on the monthly so that it's nice and clear. All right, a lot of you will have seen me do this time and time before, but I'm going to quickly do it again because it's very important. All right, watch my tutorials on Fibonacci extensions and retracements if you don't know how to use them. Very important. But I'm going to quickly go through it, right? This was our previous bear market bottom. This was our previous bull market double top. First thing to do, even if you're looking back, is a Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to go, since we're on the monthly time frame, I'm going to go all the way from the wick at the previous bear market bottom. You bring your Fibonacci retracement up to the top of the wick at all-time high. Then you will see that this was a golden pocket move with a slight little fake out below the 786 of the golden pocket. This is what's important to note. Once you see that this was a beautiful golden pocket move, and once you've seen the cycle after cycle after cycle, it's no longer surprising. But just note right there, that is what we call the golden pocket pivot reversal point. Once you've noted that point, then you come and you bring your Fibonacci extension, the exact same 2 points, but then you bring down the 3rd point to your pivot, your golden pocket pivot, and bring it all the way to the side. This Fibonacci extension right now is one of the most important things that you can draw onto your charts. So make sure you understand it, make sure it's there. Go to the crypto trading tutorials playlist if you don't know how to draw these in. It's extremely simple and it gives you your biggest levels. Most important right now is to understand this beautiful target that we have sitting up at 120K, because there is a lot of confluence there. And this Fibonacci extension is acting as a magnet. It is a very nice target for many traders, and it's a beautiful target within the bullish scenario. We can also see how nicely this one level has acted as support, and we can also clearly see that this is a very nice range. And if we lose this range at 81K, we can swiftly move down to this 0.786 to test it as support. And that 0.786 is in a whole lot of confluence that I'm going to show you on the daily time frame. So let me know in the chat if everybody is with me, if everybody is following. And now let's move over to the weekly. I'm going to keep it nice and swift today. Let's keep it short and sweet. All right, beautiful. So now we're on the weekly time frame, and I just want to show you something. Yes, it's a little bit late in the move. We did speak about it as the move was happening, but you know what? If you're learning an indicator, like if you're learning Market Cipher B, it's always nice to go back and see what happened, so that when it happens again, you can notice it all playing out and you can get involved. Okay, so the beautiful move that we saw, of course, there was so much confluence on the daily with the value area low, etc. All of the indications coming in. We had a bullish divergence right here, etc. But what we see here on the weekly is just one simple trifecta indication of an absolute go on this trade. And this is why I love Market Cipher. It takes 19 indicators and it puts them all into a one look simple entry. Boom, boom, boom. All right, first of all, you can see I put this green line right here down at the 40 level on the wave trend. Most important, first of all, to understand is we got the wave trend green dot on the weekly. That is the first thing to look for in the trifecta. Number two, we saw that the VWAP, which is this yellow line, the VWAP crossed over the middle line, which is definitely a signal to go. That is a pump signal. We also saw our money flow was turning around to the upside. This is the trifecta. And boom, if you look back, this was the ultimate entry, literally sniper entry on the weekly within the wick, all the way up 40%. So let me know if anybody managed to smash longs. Let me know if anybody is using Market Cipher. And congratulations to you if you are smashing the profits. Very, very proud of this crew. I know Eldorado is smashing the Market Cipher. Femi Gibon, I know you're also using the Market Cipher a little bit. Let me know if anybody is using it. All right, let's go. I see the crew is with me. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so I'm going to get through the Bitcoin stuff. Very important. Of course, Bitcoin needs the entire market, and Bitcoin dominance is what's most important for understanding when to trade the alts, how to trade the alts. So it's important to do the Bitcoin. I'm going to get through the Bitcoin. This stream is about alts because honestly, we can see that altcoin season is absolutely popping off and it's time to get involved, right? It's never too late. We're running the marathon. We're taking very patient trades and it's absolutely going to plan. Congratulations to everybody who bought the blood. So we'll go into fundamentals shortly. I'll show you the fear and greed. Let's get through the Bitcoin. All right, something also very, very interesting to take note of and a little bit easier for the newbies to understand is, of course, your simple RSI, which did also call the top of this range. Absolutely lovely. If you are a newbie especially, please do use this RSI divergence indicator. RSI is, of course, one of the first things to learn. There is a trading tutorial. It's all free on my YouTube, but please do use the divergence indicator, especially if you're new, because it actually throws in those divergences for you and it can help you to learn how to spot them for the future. But we can see why the weekly RSI is so important. We came all the way up here, then we had a lower high in momentum. We had a higher high with all of these wicks. Boom, bearish divergence printed. and beautiful trade, sniper entry all the way from within those wicks, 29% down. And what's cool there is, especially if you're trading with Bitcoin as your collateral, you short Bitcoin down, you actually take profits in Bitcoin, and then your profits actually increase in price. So that is one of the learnings of why to actually trade with Bitcoin as your collateral when you are shorting the market. I'm sure a lot of you do know that, but it is an interesting learning. All right, let me know if I'm going too fast, if everything is cool. And yeah, keeping it no music today, keeping it fully focused. All right, something nice to also note here on the weekly, so that there's a little bit less noise, is of course the general uptrend. So you can, all the way from the bottom, you can pull out one line which basically shows you the coiling of the snake of the current uptrend. And we can see how nicely Bitcoin is actually following this uptrend. Everything is groovy. And until we really lose it, everything's going to be fine. You can also bring out the bottom into a kind of megaphone structure, the bottom and the top. And then this actually shows us how this range of support and resistance is so nicely widening, right? As this bull market continues, things are getting more and more gnarly. And we can actually there see, I mean, similar to what Bitman and I have been doing for many years with the spider lines. I don't think we'll have time today to go into the spider lines, but that is actually a tutorial that I must take note to make, because absolutely awesome. But similar to the spider lines, we can actually see that according to this widening support and resistance, we are seeing a beautiful space over here to the upside, which could mean higher moves all the way up and nice confluence around that 120K level. We can also see how nice this upward sloping major support is, which is also, of course, in confluence with our high volume nodes that we're going to go through shortly. And beware the fake out. See how this has been faking out to the bottom. And I mean, be the vampire, right? Anyone who bought the blood in the last months, the fear and greed index in the blood, has absolutely been killing it. Anyone who's been buying this support has been winner chicken dinnering, right? Okay, I'm going to keep speeding on. Let's go. Another very nice thing to note on this time frame is your very nice double tops and double bottoms, which are occurring. It is one of my favorite candle patterns. It absolutely just plays out beautifully. Technical analysis can be magic. And this is one of the patterns that if you learn it, it can be absolutely magical. I'm not going to do it to the dollar exactly with the trend lines right now. I'm just going to quickly draw it in. We can see a very clear double top. The way to extrapolate the price target for a double top is to take it from the top all the way down to the neckline. Very simple. Then you take this distance, this price target from the neckline down, and as you can see, beautiful price target hit to the dollar from the double top technical analysis pattern. We can then see that the double top threw itself down into a double bottom. It does not get much better than this, right? If you are a price action candle trader trading these kinds of patterns, we get our price targets being hit absolutely to the dollar time after time. Absolutely beautiful. So I had to show y'all that. And I just remembered, according to what I was talking about with this larger uptrend, what you can also do at all times, you have to be adaptable when it comes to this, but try to remember that your Fibonacci retracement and extension, they are trend based. A lot of you will see that when you come to your Fibonacci retracement, it actually says trend based Fibonacci retracement because it's using a trend line. And if you just pull out your retracement currently to the top, you will see this thinly dotted line, which gives you your exact trend. And very important to keep aware of here, to be a realistic trader, is the much larger, very bearish scenario for a retracement. And that would be the larger trend golden pocket, which is sitting all the way down at 45,000. This is what I'm begging for. I know many would capitulate, many would get burnt. It would not be great, but I would love to buy a $44,000 Bitcoin. Am I right or am I right? Who else would be with me that they would love to see a $44,000 Bitcoin at any point so that we can go to the moon and stack more Bitcoin at half the price, right? It's like walking past the Levi's store or whatever. I'm not a fan of Levi's. I like the vintage Levi's, but say you're walking past a Rolex store and you see a Rolex on half price. Are you going to say, nah, something bad is happening to the brand? Or are you going to say, give me that Rolex half price because I believe in the brand? And there we go. That would be the place. So just keep in mind, realistically, everything you do now, right? We could come down. We could always retrace if this is a market top. We don't know right now. It could be, this could be a massive double top, market top, and have a look at, we were just talking about double tops. If this is a double top, look at that beautiful, it's to the dollar down to that golden pocket. This is not crazy, right? This is mathematics, so be realistic. All right, boom, let's move. Please let me know if you're following. I see everyone's following. I know I'm moving very fast. But yeah, very cool. Double top to double bottom. Doesn't get better than that. Okay, and then on this time frame is also very nice to see how beautiful the parallel channel looked, right? We were tracking this parallel channel as a community for quite some time, and it really does look quite nice on this time frame. That is one of my latest tutorials. So head to the crypto trading tutorials playlist, learn how to draw in your parallel channels, because right here we can see just how important this is. And what we're seeing here are some beautiful levels of confluence. If we come down, we can see on the weekly, there has been no real retest of that level. So this is also not that crazy. It is realistic to think that we could actually come down to test this support and resistance flip. We could see how difficult it was for Bitcoin to break through that and actually flip it into support. It was resistance for a very long time. Many people got wrecked trading the breakout into these wicks, rickety wrecked. And here we can see the bullish accumulation with the double bottom through to break that resistance. But we have not tested it as support. So technically for me, this is another scene of the crime, right? This is criminal. And this is this is a very nice time to actually talk about what's been happening in the market, because it hasn't really been technically sound what's been happening, right? This was beautiful. This is what we look for in the market, a beautiful long-term bull flag, long-term, very nice trading structure where we have our bearish divergences at the top, we have our bullish divergences at the bottom. It's a beautiful fixed range volume profile with your value area high, your value area low. And then all of a sudden things went crazy when Trump came into the market. And yes, it's a nice bull flag breakout, but we can see that this is not very normal and it's not super healthy. This is what many are calling the Trump FOMO pump. And Jason Casper has been calling it the Trump FOMO pump. Then this is the manipulation, basically the confusion after the pump. Then we get the Trump tariff dump, right? That's the tariff war, that's the dump. Then we get another Trump FOMO pump. And it's a little bit sad, but our markets right now are more than anything relying on fundamental news, literally tariff wars, real wars. And yeah, they play into the technicals. But if you are just trading technical analysis and not following the news, you can sometimes just get wrecked. All right, so keep in mind this downward sloping scene of the crime, support and resistance. When I say scene of the crime, I simply mean a very strong resistance level that was not tested as support. And we're going to look at another scene of the crime shortly. And yeah, that could be a very, very nice level we could see here, even if we came down to a lower level here. All right, I think it's time to go to the daily. Please let me know if I am speeding too fast, but I'm really keen to get into the altcoins and the live trading today. And finally, we're at my favorite time frame. All right, so this is the time frame that I really do prefer to do most of my analysis on, but you cannot sleep on the monthly and the weekly. All right, you have to do your due diligence, which is DYOR, do your own research, do your own due diligence. And every single time you come to the charts, even if you're doing analysis every day, try to make sure that you first of all make your charts naked. Take notes of all your analysis every day, but start with naked charts and start on the monthly. Go to the 2-week, go to the weekly, then go to the daily. All right, I'm preaching today, but I know we got a lot of beginners in the chat. So everybody in the chat, let me know, how long have you been trading? And Shaquille, I know you're in the next office. Let me know if you are live with us, brother. And yeah, I'll give away some Bybit Amsterdam merch shortly. So if you want the merch, yeah, anywhere in the world that you are, if you pay for the courier costs, I will send you merch. We got scarves, we got hats, we got hoodies, we got these awesome King's Day limited edition Amsterdam Bybit merch. So yeah, we'll give away a bunch of merch shortly. All right, so finally, favorite time frame. The first thing I want to show you is a bullish outlook. Actually, you know what? Let me keep it technical. So the first thing that I always do when I come to the charts, when I start the day, and you know what? Let's give away some merch right now. I've said this many times. For a shirt like this, what is the first indicator that I draw onto my charts when I start my intraday daily analysis in the morning before the US Open? What is the first drawing tool that I put onto my charts? All right, let's go. What is the first drawing tool? The first one that pops up on my chat, right? Sometimes it will show you first on your own chat, but the first one that pops up on my chat will win a piece of merch. 3 months trading, beautiful. I thought you were more, but you're doing so well, so well. Aiko, welcome. All right, 44K is possible, but I don't think it can ever happen while this bull run is yet to be rounded up. Don't be so sure, brother. 44 is not that bad, right? In my opinion, and don't hate on me, 12K could happen. It could happen. We have not seen war for a long time. All right, say Russia bombs someone else, someone bombs Russia back. If something really bad happens, we could see a capitulation event and we could see lower levels. All right, 2 years plus. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, very nice. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so I have said this many times. It's not even RSI and it's not even Market Cipher B. Right, Market Cipher B, of course, is in my alerts, so it very often will be the first thing that I see if an alert has gone off. But the first indicator that I use when I come to the charts. Oh, dang, I thought someone would get this. But no stress, I will tell you, and it is in my crypto trading tutorials playlist. It is one of the more watched videos, so well done everybody for getting in the learning. But it is the fixed range volume profile, right? You need to be aware of the volume levels. Where is the money? Where is the liquidity, right? We're trading financial assets. We need to be aware of liquidity zones. And this can actually take you to being a whale. This is a whale mindset drawing tool, right? Liquidity zones. And yeah, I mean, honestly, we'll do giveaways today, but if anyone is willing to pay for some merch, I'll even get another suitcase. I'll bring home buttloads of merch. If you can pay for the courier, I'll sort it out. And yeah, don't hate on the messenger, but 12K is like, it's a level, y'all. It's a level. All right, so no more time to waste. Fixed range volume profile. First thing I do when I come to the charts. And this one's actually very easy. It's one of the easier indicators to use, and it's one of the bigger brain indicators. The only thing that will slip you up is newbies get confused about where do you start drawing. And don't get confused. Just try to see where the range is in general, and then start your fixed range volume profile somewhere to the side of the range, and then make sure you actually envelop all price action and you go all the way to the right in terms of time. You'll see it stops you at the right, and boom, you drop it in. And this shows you, honestly, most of what you need to know on the charts. First of all, very important, it shows you your value area high of the range. This is where we look for our shorts. Can you see how beautiful the shorts have been? You got your entry here. I literally said in the Bybit English Telegram group the other day in the live stream, wait for the bearish divergence. Boom, we got the first entry into profit, took initial profits. Boom, the bearish divergence came in. We got the second entry. Now both entries are in profits. This is just good trading. This is easy trading, simple, one indicator. Of course, you use your RSI also to tell you what is a bearish divergence. We can clearly see here that this is a lower high in momentum and a higher high in price. Couldn't be more clear, couldn't be more easy. So get onto it. And of course, here is our value area low. The real definition is the value area low of the range. We call her Valerie, like any woman in this world. Respect her, right? And here is, of course, your double bullish divergence, which came in at the value area low. Absolutely awesome. Easy trading, trading for the win. And well done to everyone who bought the blood. I know a lot of us were getting super, super scared. I was a vampire, right? And now everyone who bought this blood down in the value area low of the range is, of course, smiling very nice and big, just like this. Smiling with our crooked teeth because we just traded like we know how to trade. We just bought the value area low. Simple, simple stuff. All right, so okay, so I'm just going to take it step by step here. I know there's newbies. This is your POC, right? Value area high, value area low. Then we have our POC. The POC is very important for a few different reasons. First of all, it is the major magnet for your price because it is the most volume traded level in the entire range. So it literally acts as a magnet. This is kind of like price moving away from a moving average and then snapping back to the POC, moving away from the POC and snapping back, right? Moving away and snapping back. So just be aware that the POC, one of the first mistakes I made was to think of the POC as somewhere where you enter your trades. You think point of control, and you think, okay, I'm going to be in control if I enter from the POC. No. Oh, brother, let's go. Big Dreams. Everybody follow Big Dreams YouTube channel. What an absolute legend. Yes, the fixed range volume profile does need a TradingView subscription. I think it's free on Bybit. But get a TradingView subscription. Like, there's a discount at my link and it's worth it, right? TradingView is what every trader uses globally, the biggest traders. It's the one. It's worth a subscription. Oh, all good, bro. All good. We've done monthly, we've done weekly. We're now on the daily. You can always catch up afterwards. Absolutely lovely to have you. All-time high or retracement, hard to tell indeed. I assume we should drop and do retracement before breaking all-time high. We need some volume. All right, nice analysis there. So yes, we have had a nice pump up to all-time high. So here, I'm going to go into the scenarios now. So yeah, I'm going to speak into this in 1 second. In 1 second, Aiko. All right, so literally what I was about to say next. The next important thing about the POC is, all right, for a piece of merch, let's go. What is the other important thing that the POC tells you in terms of where the price is? What does the POC tell you? It's also a part of the smart money concept, right? I have storage rooms of merch behind me. So if you want a piece of merch, let's go. What does the POC tell you? I'm not going to spend too long on this because we still got lots of work to do. How long have we been going? 38 minutes. Okay, we're doing well. We're doing well. Come on, I know one of you smart money concept guys is going to tell me this. All right, so not quite the order block. Not quite the order block. Order block is more of price action that tells you that. All right, after your impulse move, etc. The previous section will be your order block. But let's go, G-Bon. I know you know this, bro. I know you know this. Come on, yeah, I'll give you a few seconds. Let me give you some clues. Price level at which most trading. Yes, yes. So that's the first thing, right? The POC tells you the price level at which most trading activity occurred, the highest volume level. But if we look at price, right, let me give you one clue. What is this area here? What is this area between price and POC? What is the next thing that the POC tells you? Yeah, that is interesting. That is interesting that the all-time high resistance has been hit 3 times. Maybe we just need one more boom to break all-time high. And we can also see that this would be a cup and handle, right? There could be a cup and handle right here. Remember, with a cup and handle, the handle can only go 30% down. Oh, no, it's 15. It's 15, right? So we'd be looking good there. We'd be looking very good for a handle here. Come on, there we go, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Liquidator, Chrysanthus. All right, so please remind me in my DM, and yeah, we'll get you this beautiful piece of merch. Indeed, it is the fair value gap. All right, so super important for many, many trading strategies. This space between the price at any point is known as your FVG. It is called the FVG because the POC of the range being the highest level of volume traded in the range, that tells you the actual value of that asset. So when we are above the POC, we're overbought and we snap back. When we're below the POC, we're oversold and we snap back. So right now we are actually slightly overbought, and we can see that price is trying to snap back to the fair value. Makes sense, right? That's why we call it the fair value gap. See how much battery we got on our mic. Ah, looking all good, all good, all good. And what do you think of the mic? What do you think of this beautiful mic? Does it sound good? All right, well done, well done. Let me make a note here. Liquidator for some merch. Well done, brother. And I do have a giveaway already ready to go. And you can't get it yet because it's got a password, but at the end we will be doing the giveaway. So there it is, if you want to get ready. All right, but stick with me for now. Okay, so then the next thing that's very important to note on your fixed range volume profile is that it tells you your liquidity zones through telling you your high volume nodes. All right, I'm glad you love the mic. I'm obsessed with these mics. Honestly, I got 2 because this is the coolest mic I've ever used. I can use this mic in literally almost gale force wind, and the AI picks up on the wind and just takes it out, and it's perfect. All right, let's go. Sounding sultry. Okay, so here we can see what we call volume spikes, right? Watch the tutorial for more detail, but here we see the volume spikes. All you do is you take a horizontal line and you drop it in at those volume spikes. Of course, the POC is already done for us because there's a white line right there. But when you see a spike, like right here, you see a spike. Is my chart big enough? I know some of us are on mobile. I actually have a tablet at home that I was supposed to give away at 1,000 subs, and y'all didn't remind me. I said I would give away a tablet. I said I would give away a smartphone for trading at 1,000. We're already almost at 3,000, and y'all didn't remind me. All right, but here we can see a beautiful high volume node right there. And most of you know the 87K level is absolutely super, super significant and important. All right, and let's go. Let's smash the 50 likes, right? We'll do the first giveaway at 50 likes. We're almost halfway there. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Let me know if everyone's following. All right, so as we can see, this 87K level, super, super significant. We can see how price moved very swiftly towards it. And as soon as we lost that level to the upside, we can see the very swift moves. And here, can you see the confusion that took place right here? Right, the fixed range volume profile literally tells you everything. If you zoom in here have a look at what it showed us. Okay, it's a little bit like with the candles behind it, hard to see, but do you see that spike there and then that spike there? So when you see these two high volume nodes next to each other, that is when you can draw in a liquidity zone. And liquidity zones are everything, because that is how you can tell where the whales are going to manipulate, where they're going to stop hunt. And everyone has been going nuts about the manipulation, right? Manipulation on XRP. And it's not really manipulation, it's whales doing whale things. Whales will always stop hunt, right? Whales will always liquidity grab. What is that name on the left? We're just using the FRVP, the fixed range volume profile. Dropped my pen. I got so excited I dropped my pen. Okay, all right. So what you do to draw in your liquidity zones is you take these high volume nodes and you just draw in the green rectangle. And can you see the gemors? In Afrikaans we say the gemors, the mess that took place right there. Crazy, crazy stuff. And of course, here we can see two nice volume nodes. Have a look at the liquidity zone. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I love to draw these in because they really, really help. We can see here that we are actually still being held up by this liquidity zone, which we have managed to flip. At the moment, this zone is acting as support. But if we lose this zone, Femi, I know you'll love this. This is also, I think, something you use in your trading. If we lose this zone and retest it, it will become resistance. And we will very swiftly move down to this zone because there is no volume here. Once you use this indicator, it becomes simple. You know, most of the time when you hop on a trading platform, you'll get your volume levels down here at the bottom of your chart, and it just doesn't make sense. Visually, the volume is at levels, right? And this just helps us. We can see there's a swift move here with no volume. There's a swift move here with no volume. It tells us everything. Is everyone following? All right, beautiful. I'm going to go a little bit faster now. All right, one thing nice and bullish to keep aware of on the daily time frame. Let's keep it nice and clean. This is why we take notes of all our analysis, right? Because we want to be able to just keep our charts naked. And like I always say, if there's long-term analysis that you want to keep on your charts for future, just have another chart setup. Just have another chart setup. Make sure that most of the time when you are charting, you are naked as the day you were born. All right, we come into this world naked. And it's the best way to be. One of my favorite things about the Bybit offices, Red Bull on tap. That's what's up. All right, let me know if you want me to do a little tour of the office at the end. Oh, it's the best place to be. There's pool tables. There's literally every game console just waiting in the lounge. It's like the biggest vibe. The biggest vibe. Okay, I see the crew is pumping. If you're with us, drop us a message. Drop us a message in the chat if you're with us. Say, I'm alive. My heart is beating. All right, what I want to show you here is a very bullish outlook on the current chart, but it's something that I don't think we should really, not be aware of or take for granted. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen or this is where it's at, but we can see some kind of possible bull flag-ish structure. All right, I'm also going to talk about the broadening wedge. I think it was Kangari that brought us the broadening wedge, which is really nice. This bull flag is not looking perfect. Remember, for a bull flag, you want it to be either slightly slanting down, like this was a nice bull flag. You also want to see a nice vertical pole so that you can extrapolate your price target nicely from the bull flag. But let's just be aware of this potential bull flag scenario. There's not really a nice vertical pole, but if we say, okay, this was like kind of vertical, There we go. We get our price targets all the way up here towards our, remember, the Fibonacci extension, right? The 0.618 sitting up there. And that's just another step on the staircase to heaven, right? Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. Here we go. This is it. Bitcoin's moving up the stairs. That could be the next step. And I just wanted to share that with the crew because Bitcoin in a bull market does tend to just keep going bull flag after bull flag. When the bull flags are playing out, it's like checkered flags in a race, right? We see just bull flag, boom, schwabam, up to the next bull flag. Stairway to heaven, baby. Let's go. I'm just doing this quickly because we are running through time. Bull flag after bull flag, and then eventually you'll top out. All right, so we could even be ready to top out. And this is why we don't predict the charts. We don't say, oh, this is the top, this is the bottom, this is where Bitcoin's going. Do not fall into that trap. It's a nice test of your skill to try to predict where the charts are going, but don't just trade on your predictions. To me, that is a very, very silly way of trading. Okay, something that I think is really cool here, and this is the power of community, because to be honest, I had not noticed this at all. Remind me who brought it to us in the Bybit English Telegram live stream. Come on, y'all, we're halfway. We're halfway to our giveaway. We're halfway. Let's smash that 50 likes. Do y'all see how this community is growing? What's up? What's up? Do I see X in the building? Do I see the boy savior? Khalid. Lovely to have you, my brother. All right, let's go. Start to bring me your OG big brain stuff. Break 100K to the downside, and I expect 93. Yeah, 93 is one of those high volume nodes. So you've got a nice level there. And if ever you want to look for your levels, just quickly draw in your fixed range volume profile again. It's so easy. And what you're looking at, 93. There it is. I mean, you're on it. I would say, yeah, the high volume is sitting right here at about 94.5. And if we lose 94.5, that's where the swift move is all the way down to 87, right? Beware this lack of volume. We either get held up in that section, the bulls either step in, or we lose it swift. So we're either going to get a wick down and we're going to be held up by the POC if we move down. I mean, if Trump says, hey, there's a lot of bullish news coming out about we're going to talk about the strategic stablecoin bill, which is massive. If this stablecoin bill passes, we're going to see USDT as the payment method on Instagram, Facebook, Play Store, everything. It's absolutely massive. But these are the scenarios right now. So well done, ACO. Basically, we're either going to get held up by this liquidity zone right here, or we're going to lose it, and it's back to value area low. The shorters make bank, and we rinse and repeat into the long. And that's what I'm hoping for, because I'm still looking for that golden pocket. All right, but this is what I wanted to show you, and I'm actually loving it more and more, and it was brought to me by the crew. So well done. I mean, this is the power of community. Most of you know that, before I found the Bybit communities, I was wrecking myself on futures. I was a great spot trader, but I was wrecking myself on futures. Then I found the Bybit communities. I found the OGs. I found the gurus. And all of a sudden, my P&L started to change. My P&L started to do that. All right, so I want to show you this broadening wedge. It is absolutely beautiful. Please remind me who brought it to me, because I'd love to actually get them a piece of merch. I'll go back to the live stream chat from Bybit English and check it out. But this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. So draw it into your charts. We can clearly see here a beautiful support and resistance flip on the bottom. Have a look at that. Beautiful, beautiful levels. This is lovely. If you see something like this, it's not a coincidence, right? I don't believe in coincidences in life at all, whatsoever. No such thing as coincidence, and especially in technical analysis. All right, here we see beautiful resistance, right? Fake outs, like rest in peace, anybody who longed that breakout. I mean, shame. I shouldn't laugh, because people lost life savings in that. But you know what? If you did buy the top, if you did long the top on 100x, if you sold your house to long the top on 100x on Bitcoin, I hope you learned something, right? You only long from support. You only long a breakout if you retest with volume. And there are a couple of reasons I really like this. There's a lot of confluence on this broadening wedge. We can see here one of the reasons, that we might come back down is because there was no real retest. So this again is a scene of the crime, which also plays very nicely into the fact that there was a scene of the crime down here with no retest, and that we haven't reached the golden pocket. So there's a couple of levels of confluence on this broadening wedge, which I think is why it's so great. I think it might have been. Well done, well done. Bro. Are you just messing with me? But I know it was someone from this crew. All right, so the first level of confluence we need to understand is that, this needs a retest. This needs a retest. Then if we plop that fixed range volume profile back in, we can also see that if we retest this line, look at this beautiful liquidity wedge that it creates. Remember I said we could wick down into this liquidity zone. So we pull out that liquidity zone again on your fixed range volume profile down to the high volume node, and it's in perfect confluence with a retest of this line. Absolutely lovely. Then it would still be a higher low. Remember, this is where market structure broke. And we'll talk about SMC if you want. SMC is now one of my favorite strategies, right behind Market Cipher. And I'm actually building a strategy where you use Market Cipher and SMC in conjunction. And I think it's going to be a game changer. And I'm also busy with straight up smart money concept tutorials because I think it's brilliant. Absolutely awesome. But we can see here how this was the break of structure, which is the first tip-off point into the smart money concept. And technically, this is like there haven't really been lows or highs. Like that is a high. We could come anywhere above this level and still be in an uptrend with a higher low to make a higher high. So it's a bit messy, but let me know if you're following me. And I mean, how beautiful is that confluence? The second thing I really love about this broadening wedge is this bottom support, because if we take our Fibonacci retracement, and let me be very clear, right? This is the micro Fibonacci retracement. So the larger one I showed you earlier with that 44K golden pocket. So be realistic in everything we're doing on the daily timeframes. We're doing with smaller margin, especially if you're trading high leverage. You're trading 1%. 1%. Don't do more than 1% on your account. All right. Okay, so if we go here with our golden pocket, what I like to do is take it from this point right here. This was all wick at the bottom, but I see that as being the bottom of the range, and I bring it all the way up to that tippy top wick there. Then for me, this is the golden pocket, right? I've been saying this time and time again, 69K is the middle of our current micro golden pocket. And are you seeing that confluence? If we lose the POC, if we lose this beautiful liquidity zone here, then this is it. And this is what I want. Okay, fine. We don't need 44K Bitcoin, but at least give me a 69K Bitcoin so that I can long that baby on 100X, so that I can buy more Bitcoin on spot, add to my 2X trade, my 5X trade, etc. All right, so is everyone following me? Because this is one of the most important things to understand right now. There's two very important levels. They are the POC, which is the confluence of the retest of the top of this broadening wedge. Then we have the value area low and this entire area of support down here, which is in confluence with the 69K golden pocket. What? Yitkid, just rephrase. Rephrase. What did I learn? What did I learn? Are you asking someone in the group? I'm short and massive gains. Marco, are you new to the community? And if you are new to the community, please get into the Trading Academy on Telegram and also join my Discord. And anybody who wants to share with me their gains, their testimonials, their ideas, right? Just hop right here into my Discord, into the live stream charts. Why it's not going onto my other screen? One sec. Oh, Discord's not going onto my other screen, but I have my Discord open with the live stream charts, and yeah, I'll find a way to bring it up onto the screen. Following, beautiful. Let's go. So it's a she, it's Yitka, one of my close friends. What did you learn exactly? Let me know, rephrase the question. All right, so honestly, I think right now, this is so important. Can you see the massive amount of volume at the bottom of this value area low? Look at these little puny bits of volume that held us up. That is how bullish this market is right now. There are vampires, there are Michael Saylor, there are people like me who have been through 4 cycles, whatnot. We've been here from the beginning, and any blood, the deeper the blood, the harder we go. That is why these little puny bits of volume actually can hold up our price. And trust me, if there's capitulation to this level, that is going to be it. And we've been through this many times before because we've been looking at this golden pocket all the way since that bearish divergence. And I mean, there's multiple levels of confluence. All right, so for another piece of merch, tell me, for another shirt like this, any size you want, we got medium, large, extra large, 2XL. What is another level of confluence right here at 69K? All right, I've told you it's the golden pocket. We can see it's this high volume node within the value area low of the current range. And don't be fooled, that's in the value area low of this range. Right? What is another level of confluence? There's like 5 to 8 levels of confluence for that 69K level on Bitcoin. And I'm loving the energy, y'all. Let me just tell you, I'm loving the energy in the chat. I'm loving the crew. Thank you so much for being here. And we're almost at the goal. Smash the likes, y'all. Smash the like, share the stream, sub to the channel if you're new. And if you are new, let me know. Say, Jordan, I don't like your voice. You're speaking cuck. Well, let me know if you're enjoying the stream. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Let me know if you learned something today so far. All right, support zone indeed. Support zone indeed. So yeah, I'll give it to you. Not the exact words that I wanted, but I'll give it to you. Support zone, very nice. All right, let's hear from ACO. Above 106, we're going to fly to 120. Yeah, exactly. So if we can, well, in my opinion, it's 109, right? So if we can break 109, it's done. It's done, because that higher level that we saw, which is the bull flag target and the Fibonacci extension, basically between 120 and 130, that's the next step on the stairway to heaven. And all we need to do is break this all-time high resistance, retest it as support, and it's done. Price will flick up to that level because it's the Fibonacci extension. That's where all the targets are, but we need the bullish info. All right, so let me give you the confluences, and I'll give you that. Right, Liquidator, you've already won a piece of merch, but I'll give you that. One of the other levels of confluence is, it's a scene of the crime. All right, I've said this before, I've explained it already today, but basically a scene of the crime is right here. Because if you draw in a horizontal line, so yes, it's just above the 69, but it's one of the reasons we're being pulled down. Because look at that beautiful resistance, and then again resistance made significant, and then boom, like a hot knife through butter as soon as Trump started pumping the markets, but there was no retest. This is what we call a front run. It didn't come down to the level. That's 73. This is 74, right? There's a little bit of an imbalance there. There's a little bit of a gap. And yes, we call this the scene of the crime. There are many institutional traders that are still sitting with their limit orders right here and all the way down to this level because of the high volume node. This is your order block on the smart money concept. So I mean, if we list the levels of confluence here, I was trying to list them earlier. There's like 8 levels of confluence. It's crazy. Oh, what did I learn from the Bybit community? Everything I know. Literally, the first thing I started to learn, which is what changed my PNL, I was about $25,000 in the red on my Bybit account. I had $100,000 in profit from spot trading. I'm getting a phone call from a Bybit employee. Let me just respond. One second. All right. Sorry about that. Bybit never sleeps. All right. So number one, the first thing I learned was risk management, right? They saw how much volume I was doing. And luckily, I got an email from Nazar, the head of all of the Bybit communities, from Wilson, the head of Africa. He said, "You're doing volume. We see you love the platform. Do you want to be the ambassador?" I said, "Hell yeah." Then I learned community, right? I was sitting there. I was working my other job during the day. At night, I was sitting there, literally lying on my side, looking at my laptop, trading, and just losing money, right? I didn't know trading psychology, like you need sleep, right? I didn't know risk management, 1% rule. I didn't even have a trading plan. I didn't know what backtesting was. Then I started the Bybit South African community. And as I started it, I met Trader Giants, right? Trader Giants, many of you know, became my mentor. He taught me risk management, number one. Next, he taught me a simple trading strategy, the moving average crossover, simple, right? 7/21, moving average crossover. He taught me parabolic SAR to place my stop losses. And all of a sudden, my P&L of negative 25K just started doing that. And now I have easily 5 to 10x the loss that I had into profits. It's absolutely awesome, and it's all thanks to community. And this is why I'm so passionate, right? I lost money. I did the wrong things. I got burnt. I have resilience. I have resistance. I didn't leave the industry. But I feel that no one needs to lose money. No one in this industry needs to lose money. All right, enough preaching. Enough preaching. All right, so many levels of confluence. We'll just leave it at that. There's so many levels of confluence. One more is that, most of you know that when we see a local top, so this is the top of this local range, and that level is often retested. Just remember, when you see the local top of a range, we can see here, local top, boom, retested, right? Beautiful wick. It happens time and time again. You see a local top, you see a retest of that level. So I'm not going to spend too much more time on this, but just know there are a huge amount of confluences. And if you want the exact level that I think is going to be a banger trade, so I'll draw in my trades now, right? One of them is already off to the races, so don't FOMO in. But a lot of you were there on Wednesday when we drew in this short trade from the value area high. And well done to everybody who's in this trade. So of course, stop loss is above the previous swing high, above the value area high. Then we have our entry at the blue line of the value area high. And then we have our price target of this trade all the way down at the bottom of the value area low. Right, so it's a beautiful 1 to 8 risk to reward short trade, which is off to the races because the first, I'll even put it right here. Right, this was the first time, boom, we got the beautiful sniper wick entry into the short trade. Then I said, just watch for that bearish divergence, right? You heard me. I said, wait, it's coming, just like this, right? And then boom, it came so quickly. We saw momentum leaving the market. And this is why I say don't FOMO, because this trade is off to the races, y'all. The train has moved. If you want to hop on a moving train, you're going to get wrecked. And there we go. I said, wait for the bearish divergence to get into the trade if you missed it, or if you want to add to your trade. And there we go. Higher prices, lower momentum. And now we can see, yeah, the trade is really off to the races. We are already, more than 3% in profit on the high leverage strategy. Absolutely beautiful. And honestly, I mean, don't stress. There's always more trades around the corner. And if you want to see the exact entry that I'm looking to bang 100x high margin trade on a limit order, Not financial advice, but I think this could be crazy move. All you do is you pull out Fibonacci retracement from this level that I showed you right here at 53,000, right? Bottom of our previous range, all the way up to the wick. Then draw in your 0.618 to 0.786 level, the Fibonacci, and then draw in right at the center of that level. And that is the zone. And what I would do to be a bit more conservative is I would even draw it in from candle bodies, not from wicks. And yeah, if you draw it in from candle bodies, it's just only slightly lower, but very nice. And then you just pop it in, and it's 69K. Right? We can see it's all of those confluences that we spoke about, and that is the long trade that I'm looking at. Of course, there's lots more trades on the smaller time frames that are going to come in. You know, we could easily see bounces along the way. This is a liquidity zone. This is a nice liquidity zone. We could even see another push down into a double bearish divergence. So there's lots more trades that could happen before that. But I'm talking about the longer term swing trades, right? We've seen how Bitman is absolutely killing it. He's in what? 8,000% ROI in Ethereum. Congratulations. I know he's offline now for the next few months. He's on an architecture job in Portugal. But there it is, y'all. Bring your stop loss down below the value area low, below this swing low right there. And then, yeah, your risk to reward here is crazy, because actually the target is up here at that Fibonacci extension, right? At our bull flag target. So, I mean, look at that. That's a 1 to 4. This is a 1 to 8. This is looking good. All right, beautiful stuff. Are we ready to move into some market charts and some altcoins? Oh, we're almost at the giveaway. Let's go. All right, let's go. There's a lot to learn here. That's what I love. Yeah, risk management. As soon as you learn risk management, you stop wrecking yourself, right? Heart to heart. You know me. I get real. I don't like small talk. Oh, thank you, brother. I'm back now. Let's go. Please don't forget to discuss about finding the right pairs. Perfect. I'll talk about screening for pairs. I've got a whole lot of pairs that we were discussing. Yeah, I've got a whole lot of pairs of my own trades that I want to manage. Y'all are going to help me manage my own trades live. Very nice. Yeah, Bybit SA community, right? It's #1. Yeah, of course. Pop him a DM. He's very busy, and I think he's actually offline now for a while, but pop him a DM. All right, giveaways incoming shortly. PNUT. Okay. It's a low cap. Y'all know how I feel about the low caps. But yeah, I'm noting it. We'll do PNUT, right? I'm going to give you my very honest analysis. Bubakar, yes, I am a copy trader. We're going to talk about my copy trades shortly. And thank you to all my followers. Oh, so much love to each and every one of you. Oh, it's Bitman. It's Bitman that he was mentioning about the architecture. All right, cool. Let's keep the energy going. Let's keep it hot. We've done absolutely awesomely so far. Let me just see if I missed anything out. No, we're good. We've done it all. Oh, I just wanted to go to the 4-hour quickly. So please don't get confused here, especially if you're a newbie, but I know there's a lot of pros here, and y'all get annoyed, right, when I just do larger time frame analysis. So for my pro traders, I'm going to quickly hop to the 4-hour. And this does look like a potential 4-hour bull. Pretty crazy. Sheesh. Very nice bear that came in on the 4-hour there. So, you know, that was the initial entry. Like as soon as these lower time frame bearish divergences come in, you start to get ready for that nice short trade. But of course, what we're seeing here is a potential bull flag. I mean, this is a nice pole. That's how a pole should look. Yeah, absolutely awesome. That could happen, right? So be careful at this point. Honestly, anything could happen. And I think some of us were looking at a symmetrical triangle, which had a crazy fake out. I don't know if you could call it a breakout, if you could call that a fake out, or what's happened here. But basically, Yeah, it looks like symmetrical triangle is still a go. Look at that fake out, which was this massive bearish divergence straight back into the triangle. Crazy. So if you look at this on the 1 hour, you can see why trading retests is the only way to go, right? I always say, do not ever trade the breakout. If you really want to trade a breakout, trade the retest. But of course, learn to trade from extreme support because you get a much better trade, much better trade. If you absolutely have to trade the breakout, wait for the retest because you actually get a slightly better entry and you're less likely to get wrecked. But I mean, this is one of the largest fake outs I think we've ever seen on this 1 hour or this 4 hour time frame. 3% fake out of a symmetrical triangle. Absolutely cuckoo nut. All right, I want to know who's here. Everybody who's here, don't be a lurker, don't be a ghost. I see my crews here, so just drop me a yo or a hi or I'm alive because I want to know who's in the building. Look at price dumping right now on the 1 hour time frame to this support level. So maybe if we have time, we'll do some degen trading. We'll throw around some 100x on some meme coins or something. All right, but there we go. This is the next support and resistance flip, and we could even get some gnarly fake out here and then a breakout to the upside. So please just be careful because the charts are, yeah, it's wreckage right now out here. All right, Ike is with us. Akira is with us. Fearless is with us. Paul, are you new to the community? What's up, brother? I hope you subbed. Bro. In the building. Let's fucking go. Oh, Paul is new. Beautiful stuff. Please let me know if you sub to the channel. Please also join the Trading Academy in the description. Yeah, join everything, y'all. Join the Instagram. Join the TikTok if you're a Gen Z, if you're into it. And please join the Discord. And let me know, Paul, how long have you been trading? What's your experience level? And yeah, let me know what y'all feel like doing. Oh yeah, this will be ASAP. So Shaquille's actually here. So well done to those of you who won the big bucks. The big bucks in Friday's stream. Congratulations. Very, very cool. And yeah, that will be distributed shortly. He's been asking me for the UIDs and I do have them. All right, so finally, well done, everybody. I really do. I see the focus today. It's awesome. So from here, we're going to go into Ethereum, and then we're going to go into market charts like Bitcoin dominance, etc. But I want to head, it's abnormal, right? Usually I will go to market charts and Bitcoin dominance before I go to Ethereum. But right now, I want to go straight to Ethereum versus BTC because, you know, this is pretty much the reason for the title of this stream and why I'm getting so bullish. Well, you know, I've been bullish as a vampire for a very long time on my larger position trades. But if we look at Ethereum against Bitcoin, this is the chart of Ethereum against Bitcoin. And let's just zoom out. Where's Gibson? Is Gibson here? Hey, what's up, brother? Everybody's been missing you, y'all. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Shaquille did a special giveaway. Should I get him in? Should I get him in to do another giveaway? He's got this thing where he's like, if anyone comes to the Bybit Netherlands office, even if they're live on a live stream, like everyone has to walk away with something. He's the most kind-hearted person. All right, no more fucking about, legends. This is the downward sloping pipeline that we have been in on alts. Basically, Ethereum leads the altcoins. This is Ethereum against Bitcoin. This is a very nice way of summing up altcoin versus Bitcoin dominance. All right, we can see that Bitcoin has been absolutely dominating Ethereum to the point of what even looks like capitulation, because we were in a beautiful pipeline. It was super bearish, but we were in a pipeline. And then we got like ridiculously bearish. And that was when a lot of people said, you know what, like ETH is dead. Like, this is bad. This is the end. Of course, technical analysis tells us that actually it was completely normal and everything's fine, because there was just a value area low that's very small on this chart that was begging, right? Because of the last alt season, this was the level that was begging for us to come down to. And what's super bullish now is we can see a market structure change. We have this extreme downtrend, and then we see this vertical parabolic push upwards. And yeah, smart money concept traders will know break of structure is the first sign that things are changing. ETH is dead. I was waiting for that. I'm of the opinion that ETH is going back to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. I'm long on Ethereum on my copy trading. And yeah, everything's going well. My only regret is that I didn't buy more of the blood. But double A Digital World, let me know your thinking, right? Why ETH is dead. I also have some news. Vitalik is now partnering with Chinese devs to make Ethereum stronger, all of that. But what we see here is a very nice break of structure. It looks like we could possibly start an uptrend back into this channel, accumulate sideways in the channel, and break up back towards the value area high. All right, so from here, I actually want to go into Ethereum. And this is another nice chart. We've been tracking Ethereum very closely. We've been tracking the liquidity zones. Tuffy Calls has been absolutely killing the short trades from these liquidity zones. Hey, Mr. Honest KOL, let's go. I actually haven't checked out your latest video. I've been traveling all over the place. I've been meaning to check it out. Soon be able to buy ETH at 2K. Ooh, hopefully. I mean, you can see a nice turnaround is happening here. And if we look at the support and resistance, if we look at the scene of the crime here, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it looks like hopefully we will revisit this liquidity zone, because this was the last major support and resistance flip. We can see the balloon bobbing against the ceiling, almost like, I always say it's like a dead cat bounce in reverse, where price is bouncing, but you can see it like a balloon bobbing against the ceiling. And once the ceiling ends, that balloon goes to the sky. And here we can see this is the level, right? This is the scene of the crime that Ethereum just boosted out of. And yeah, 1,939. That looks like a nice zone to pop in a long trade on Ethereum if you're not already long. It will also be a major level that I will add into my low leverage position trades on Ethereum. Very, very nice level. And yeah, it's looking good. I mean, nothing goes up forever, right? This is a very bullish sign, but just remember, market structure is higher highs and higher lows. We want to see something like this. So, I mean, this doesn't even look like a low. So all we would need basically is a higher low above here, something like this. So yeah, Ethereum's looking good. There's not too much to say here other than, I mean, it's looking great. If we pull our Fibonacci retracement in reverse, if you're looking for a really strong reversal for a short on Ethereum, or a nice place to take profits if you are already in profits on your long, is you just take your Fibonacci retracement and you flip it upside down. Take your Fibonacci retracement and you flip it upside down. Let me do that again. You can even go wick to wick, and then just pop in your Fibonacci golden pocket. Right, and yeah, that's a nice take profit for your longs. It's also a nice potential short, right, from that golden pocket. Potential short back to lower levels. All right. We're doing very well. Let me know if anybody has any very nice inputs here on Ethereum. And one thing I do want to pop in just to make y'all a little bit bullish is a very nice, just like we did our Fibonacci retracement and extensions on Bitcoin, we can do the same thing on the cycles of Ethereum. And we can see that the Ethereum cycles are just way more gnarly, right? A similar thing is happening, but these cycles are crazy. And this is why many are saying that Ethereum can actually outperform Bitcoin. And when someone says that Ethereum might outperform Bitcoin, they don't mean that it will be at a higher price. They just mean that it might see higher gains in the bull market. And to me, this just makes total sense right now that it might outperform First of all, because it's down in the blood, it's down in the grave. And second of all, each market cycle on Ethereum is way bigger, more gnarly than on Bitcoin. All right, but first of all, we just pull out from the bottom to the top our Fibonacci extension. Then we see, of course, our golden pocket. We see our slight fake out below the 786, like I said in the beginning of the stream. Then we know that is our golden pocket pivot. We then pull out our Fibonacci extension. And when you're drawing in your extension, give yourself lots of room. You can see I already have those levels in, and I'm bullish, y'all. Let me just be very honest. Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency. It is the birthplace of NFTs. It is one of the most secure cryptocurrencies out there, right? It's the creator of smart contracts. Like, Ethereum is not dead. Ethereum is not going anywhere. It's just doing its market cycle. Like, this is actually one of the most technically logical charts. Look, it came down to its golden pocket and it moved away from its golden pocket. We added to the trade at the golden pocket. Like, there's nothing wrong with this chart, peeps. This is a great, great chart. Look at that. On the entire cycle, this is the golden pocket that gave us this bounce. All right, but let me not confuse you. We do our Fibonacci extension from the pivot point. Once we identify the pivot point, we pull in the extension, which is the same two initial points, and we pull it down to that pivot point. And you can see I've already done this. I've already put in the lines. Boom, they are there waiting for us. The 786 is one of my major profit-taking targets, up at 4,736 for Ethereum. Then we've got 5.7K, boom. And then we've got 8.5K, boom. And then we've got 13,000 Ethereum. So call me crazy now, all right? But come back in 2 years and tell me I'm crazy when Ethereum is at 13K. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so I just want to do some market charts. And then we're going to do some live trading. And we're going to do some altcoin analysis. We're also going to do a little bit of fundamental analysis on the news because I do think it's important. Y'all know I think it's important. But I do need to run to the gents. So for now, please do me a favor. Keep your eyes on the Bitcoin chart for me. I want to know what's happening here on this support zone. Oh, it looks like we're being held up. And let me know if you feel like a little bit of a DJ trade. But it looks like support is holding us up, right? Technical analysis is not crazy talk. It works. All right, please give me 1 minute. I'm going to run to the bathroom and then I'm going to be back. 1 minute max, y'all. 1 minute max. All right, I'm back. Let me just hook up this mic again. All right, what's up? Please confirm if you can hear me clearly again. Yeah, looking good, right? Looking good. Thank you everybody for sticking around. All right, so let's move. Shaquille said he'll pop in his face just now. Oh, the Bybit Amsterdam crew is just so legendary. All right, thank you everybody for being here. Look at this price action. It looks like that bearish divergence on the daily. VManchu market cipher B doesn't mess around when it says go short. You go short, and well done to everybody who actually entered the short at the value area high. Awesome trading, easy stuff, smashed. If you are watching on Twitter, please come through to YouTube. And how are we doing for that giveaway? Oh, almost there. 12 more likes. Smash the likes, y'all. Okay, cool. Let's get moving. We've been live for an hour and a half. Okay, let's quickly do our market charts. So from here, what I like to do is to go to Bitcoin dominance to really understand what's happening. You know, we've done our Bitcoin now. We understand Bitcoin. Now we need to understand what is Bitcoin doing in relation to the rest of the market. And it's up to you the order that you do these market charts in. But please do them, right? Please do them. And many of you know, yeah, I like to zoom out here, and my analysis on Bitcoin dominance has not changed much over the past few months. We have this massive channel which has shown us our altcoin seasons, and then our Bitcoin season, and then our altcoin season, and then our Bitcoin season. And we can see that, yeah, there's been blood. It has been Bitcoin season for quite some time, and altcoin season, a mammoth altcoin season for the history books, will pop off and can pop off at any moment. I just want it to last longer. I want Bitcoin season to last longer because I want the altcoin season to be as big as possible. And for me, it just makes sense that we would come up to the top of the channel where we have seen our biggest drops from, and we have seen our biggest resistance. That's why I have this green zone drawn in here. You can see there's a lot going on this chart. I'm not going to go into it too much. We have our parabolic curve, which price has been following on Bitcoin dominance. Then we also have our quarter line of the larger channel, which, I mean, watch the parallel channels video if you haven't seen it yet. It's like one of the more underwatched videos, and it's one of the more important ones. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but make sure you get the info. And in that video, I do speak about quarter channels, which is basically just, let me quickly just clean it up and show you very quickly here. All right, but basically, first of all, we can see the largest parallel channel. You use this angle right here to get your large parallel channel. You bring it all the way down, and you use this major support at the bottom. Then to get your quarter channel levels, you just draw your parallel channel from the top resistance down to the median line. And we can just see here how incredibly significant this is, because Bitcoin dominance came down right there to that quarter median line. We wicked above that quarter median line. So this is bullish for Bitcoin right now, because we broke this resistance. It didn't throw us into an alt season. We broke it, and now we've retested it. All right, I hope everyone's following. I know it can be a bit confusing because you got to kind of flip this chart on its head. And yeah, make sure that you study the Bitcoin dominance cheat sheet. I have shown it quite a few times, the cheat sheet. So make sure you understand. It can be a little bit counterintuitive, but I don't think I need to bring it up again, right? Most of you know the Bitcoin dominance cheat sheet. Google it if you need to. It's also in my Discord. But basically, if Bitcoin dominance is going up, then Bitcoin is the stronger. It's also important to understand what Bitcoin price is doing. Bitcoin price needs to go up for altcoins to go up. All right, so just understand if Bitcoin, the real altcoin season catalyst is if Bitcoin is still going up, but Bitcoin dominance is coming down, which is why we actually need more dump on Bitcoin. We need Bitcoin to come down to lower prices while we actually have Bitcoin dominance continuing to go up. Then we get a pump on Bitcoin and a drop here, and that's when we will get our major altcoin season. And what we can see here, in my opinion, is that there could be more blood for the alts before we get our actual altcoin season. It could happen at any time, but I'm hoping for more blood up to this level. And yeah, I mean, many pro traders have said that the altcoin season has already started. According to me, I don't think it has started because in my opinion, we'll need to see a very strong downtrend on Bitcoin dominance to actually confirm that the altcoin season has started. And what I am really looking for a confirmation that the altcoin season has started is a bearish divergence on the weekly on USDT dominance. So we will go there now. But yeah, very nice bear here that played out. Very cool. All right, so I think we've done a little bit of BTC.D. I know this chart is confusing, but spend time with it. It's a very, very important chart to understand. And from here, we're going to go quickly to USDT dominance. And for this chart, I want you to bring up your market cipher B. Very nice. Oh, it has actually given the bearish divergence. Look at that. Wow. So this is what we've been waiting for. The bearish divergence on USDT dominance on the weekly. And it looks like it has popped up. All right. So we have 6 days for this weekly bearish divergence to confirm. If this bearish divergence does confirm, sure, then it looks like we could get a nice flow of USDT out of the market down to lower levels. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on this chart. We can see that we are in a downtrend for USDT dominance. And of course, this just takes a little bit of understanding, but basically, you know, if USDT is flowing out of the market, then hopefully it's flowing into the crypto, right? If USDT dominance is increasing, that's when it's flowing out of crypto into stables. All right, I want everybody to welcome Mr. Mevin. And thank you so much for joining, brother. I can't believe what a beautiful connection we made. And yeah, I'm just going to dox you quickly. Luckily, you're using a pseudonym, but Mr. Mevin is one of the top white hat hackers in the world. He has worked for the likes of Avalanche, I do believe, as a hacker to actually hack their protocols to increase their security. And honestly, what an honor. Thank you so much for joining. And we are going to be creating some content together, doing some live streams together to actually push the insights of this crew so that we can be hackers, right? So that we can be safe. Because basically what he explained to me is that nothing is really safe. You have to be very careful and you have to know always the most up-to-date protocols. And there is no one better than a white hat hacker to help you understand that. I mean, aren't we blessed? I don't know how this crew is so blessed, but you know what? We're blessed. We're blessed. So we don't question it. Thank you for joining, Mevin. And if you have anything important to bring to the crew that this crew needs to know, please, please do let us know. Doxed. Doxed. All right, welcome, welcome, brother. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the pace, y'all. I think we're slowing down. I've been losing stamina. I haven't been live streaming in so long, and I don't want to do a super long stream. So let's go, let's go. From here, I just want to check the tech charts. All right, I always push y'all to look at the tech charts because these are leading indicators into your crypto charts. If you're just charting crypto, you're a little bit lagging because actually crypto is a form of technology. So if you're charting the tech charts, you get your leading indications. All right, I am seeing a bit of a gap here. So be aware that we might get a little bit of a retest on the S&P. But S&P has done this many times before where it does these really gnarly downtrends and then straight back up into the trend. You see that? This is the trend. And then boom, it just does this kind of like gnarly fake out capitulation and then straight back into the trend. And that's what we saw here. So I'm just going to clean this up a bit. We've been doing a lot of analysis here. And boom, it looks like we've done this gnarly capitulation V. And it's actually really bullish to see such a big sell followed by such a big buy, right? That's an upside down shark fin. It's really bullish to see this much money coming back into tech, right? Tech isn't going anywhere. Tech gets more advanced as it gets cheaper. That's why we get such parabolic increases in prices on these kinds of charts. Also one of the reasons, you know, that we're involved in crypto, because crypto is financial technology. We call her fintech. And yeah, in my opinion, it looks like we're heading back into this channel. No matter what happens here, it looks like we're heading back into this channel for more parabolic upside on the S&P. And yeah, very interesting to see what happened here on the Fibonacci's. We can see that it was the golden pocket from this order block. Very, very nice. All right, I know y'all get a little bit bored when I'm doing market charts, but it's important. It's important. Okay, I'll save you from the Dixie. I'll save you from the bottom of the Dixie. It was an Avalanche, but it was a wallet provider on Avalanche. Okay, perfect, perfect. Pretty epic stuff, man. Just watching the stream. Okay, lovely, lovely. Have you been here from the beginning? Because we did a lot of important TA over the last hour and a half. No, not 7 hours today, y'all. Not 7 hours today. Yeah, we're going to wrap up soon. I just really want to live trade. That's where I have fun. Oh, thank you, brother. Honestly, like, I don't know what it was. Like, I know, so we met up at an after party at Token 2049, and he thought I was someone else that he knew. And he's like, hey, what's up, bro? And then like, turns out I just look like the other person. And then we just sat down. I think we were both like in that overtired state where it's like 2 a.m. You've had a day at Token. Like, I don't know. We were just like in this bonding state. I just felt such a bond with you in that moment, man. Very, very rare. All right. So crypto total market cap. Let's do some analysis. Let's continue the due diligence. We can see that total market cap has broken out of its downtrend, out of its parallel channel. Very, very nice to see. And a little bit different to Bitcoin because this chart did come back to its previous local top. It did come down to the scene of the crime. It did come down to its golden pocket. So this chart is looking really healthy. And it's almost like crypto total market cap is fine. It's on its uptrend. Everything is cool here. But Bitcoin didn't get to the scene of the crime. It didn't get to the golden pocket. All of those beautiful things. Do you think ETH picture update will push EVM? Yeah, so I'm super bullish on Ethereum. For me, Ethereum is one of the only tokens that have followed its roadmap, stuck to its roadmap. Every upgrade has been on time, successful, important, significant upgrades. Like it reminds me of Cardano. They have a nice roadmap. It's long-term. They stick to it. And yeah, I do believe, you know, this, obviously this picture, it's going to be huge because okay, I'm not going to get too deep. I know we've got a lot of beginners on the stream, but push yourself all to have dev knowledge, right? If you don't know what the Ethereum virtual machine is, don't be an Ethereum bear and not understand how important the EVM is, you know, for so many projects. Like a lot of you know, I'm super bullish on Mantle. I'm a Mantle ambassador. I love DAOs. I think Mantle is one of the next game changer DAOs. Beautiful integration with EVM. And yes, I love the Ethereum chart. Like I was saying, the Ethereum chart is one of the more logical, technically sound charts right now. It's not often in crypto you find a chart that is actually just perfect. All right, so total is looking good. Okay, let's just see if there's anything we need to be aware of here. All right, so interesting enough, we can see that if we flip our Fibonacci retracement here on total, this could definitely be a reversal point for crypto now in general. So everyone just tends to get bullish when things get bullish, right? But do not sleep on this chart. Have a look that this area here is actually the golden pocket for the total market cap of crypto after that trend. We could see a retracement for a higher low. This could be a nice breather. And actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set limit orders on my crypto for that higher low. Is everyone with me? All right, from here we go to the total 3, which is the total market cap of all altcoins except Ethereum, which is why I love the total 3, because Ethereum is so big that it skews our altcoin analysis. So I like to take, instead of total 2, which is the market cap of all crypto except for Bitcoin, I like to take total 3 because it takes Ethereum out too, because Ethereum is like really big as well. So it skews the alts. And yeah, this is also just a really, really beautiful looking chart. We can see a very nice break of structure. We can see a beautiful new uptrend. It's looking good for altcoins. And same thing here. I think altcoins might have a little bit extra way to go before their golden pocket. Oh, look at that. Altcoins did get the golden pocket turnaround. So, this is one of the beautiful reasons to use this chart. Look where you could have taken profits on that altcoin pump. You could have got a sniper wick take profit at the 0.618 on all of your altcoin positions. And now, a lot of altcoin blood has come in since that golden pocket, and you could be using this to add back to your altcoin trades. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so if we had to look for our support levels now for a higher low on this total 3, we can see here 0.382 is going to be a beautiful support and resistance flip. Of course, we can see the 0.236, and these are going to be nice times to actually add into your altcoin portfolios and your altcoin trades. And of course, use your market cipher. Look at that. I mean, you could have literally gone long on every single altcoin at that wave trend green dot, the trigger wave. Look, VWAP crossed, absolutely awesome. So well done to everybody who was going long on alts, adding to their trades, etc. We did very, very well. And then, I mean, this chart is actually, it's pretty decent. If we look at our golden pocket, absolutely awesome. Golden pocket bounce right at the bottom. Another reason to use this chart, I mean, this is where I started getting very, very greedy into the blood, is when I saw that this total 3 was actually at the golden pocket level. And I mean, you can't make it up. This is mathematics. We can see that the wick was directly, that double candle body bottom, tweezer bottom, harami, all of these beautiful things, Thor's hammer, everything came in directly at the middle of the golden pocket from this trend. Mathematics, baby. And now that could easily be the bottom, right, for alts. Alts tanked. We saw Athena down 75%. We saw Avalanche down 75%. Like, it couldn't get much worse, right? Render all the way down. These beautiful, fundamentally bullish assets. And now, like I say, all we need is a higher low above that level to continue this uptrend. And for the uptrend targets, of course, now that we have a golden pocket bounce, we simply draw in our Fibonacci extension. All right, so let me just take it a bit more slow here, but basically that's your retracement, which shows you the reversal point, which is it already tapped that golden pocket and gave a nice reversal. We could also see something like 0.382 then eat into the golden pocket higher, then another reversal for that higher low. So yeah, lots of different scenarios here. But the nice bullish aspect, of course, is that when you see a beautiful golden pocket bounce, you can put in your Fibonacci extension from those exact same points. And let's just put it right to the golden pocket. And here, I mean, we can see their beautiful significance. And then these can be profit-taking zones. I would urge you to be greedy here. Of course, take gradual profits. You know me, take profit, take profit, take profit. That is the name of the game. But don't take all the profits, right? Take a bit of profits here, a bit of profits here, a bit of profits here. And then you start to take your major take profits once we actually enter into price discovery on total 3. You know, all-time highs, places we haven't been for total 3 market cap. And remember, total 3 market cap is the entire amount of money in all of the altcoins except Ethereum. And then, yeah, major take profits all the way up there. It's looking super juicy. This is going to be the altcoin season bull run. Is everyone with me? Cool. I'm proud of this crew. We've done well. What I'm going to do here is I don't want to bore the crew, but I'm just going to go through a few very quick news articles that I think are important. One of them is, it leads nicely into our altcoin analysis, which is World Liberty Financial. You know, they have a lot of good analysts behind them. They're one of the biggest funds in the world. It's Trump's funds. They're currently in the red, but you know, a lot of people are in the red. Like, I think their fund is going to literally smash easily. Well, let's look at it now. But here we go. They bought EOS, right? I'm also bullish on EOS. I like EOS. Do your own analysis on it. But basically, they bought a whole lot of EOS and it pumped 10%. How much did they buy? 3 million. All right. So if we look at their fund at the moment, it includes wrapped BTC, which is an interesting one. I must say, I don't have any of my own wrapped BTC. They're quite bullish on it. TRX, I still don't think we're in the long trade, right? So that's the one of the ones that, you know, we got to pull the trigger sometime. We've gotten the bearish divergence on the weekly on USDT.D. Yeah, Link we're in, Aave we're in, Athena we're in, ETH we're heavily in. TRX is like one of the last ones, but what we see here is we don't have move. So let's look at move. I mean, there are reasons they're buying this, big reasons. We're in ONDO, we're in SEI, we're in Avalanche. Look at that. How cool that they chose Mantle. Let's go. I do believe Mantle is going to the moon. Not financial advice, but it's one of my favorites at the moment because of its emphasis on DAO, because of its use of EVM. I think it's so smart. And yeah, it's public knowledge that Ben was in the founding team of MNT, right? Ben Zhu. And here we see now they've added EOS. So their total investment has been 347 million, World Liberty Financial. They're down at 291 million, which is normal. Like, you're building an altcoin portfolio into the blood. It's very normal. And yeah, I was saying, I honestly think that their fund could go to 5 billion in the next proper altcoin bull run. If they continue to buy the blood on these very strong fundamental alts, they could do very well. All right, so that's why I just thought it's important for us to look at EOS to make sure we are positioned correctly, because there is heavy analysis going into World Liberty Financial, right? All right, so this was quite crazy, and there's a lot of awesome news coming out on XRP. And when I first heard this, I was like, this can't be real, right? But in South Korea, XRP trading on exchanges in 24 hours flipped Bitcoin and Ethereum, which means that more volume flowed through XRP in the entire of South Korea in 24 hours than Bitcoin and Ethereum. That is a huge deal. And maybe they're actually leading the analysis here, and maybe the rest of the world is a bit behind on the fact that XRP could be undervalued. And we actually see it reached $50 on some of the other exchanges in South Korea. Imagine a $50 XRP. It's real for some of these traders in South Korea. we saw a couple of exchanges like Upbit, they've got TrueBit, like a few South Korean exchanges. And then this was a really interesting article. So I'm not going to go through it all now. I know the crew gets a little bit bored when I do fundamental analysis, but please go and read this article. Price manipulation talks around XRP Mount. And yeah, there was a few interesting things here. A lot of just like slandering of Binance for enabling basically like whales to manipulate the price using bots and all of this stuff. And yeah, I'm totally with these influencers who are basically saying like whales will always manipulate prices that are in the limelight. Like maybe step back from high leverage on XRP. You know, if it's so clearly being manipulated by the whales, they're seeing it as the limelight altcoin. So they're going in their whale groups. They're stop hunting. They're doing liquidity grabs. So just step back on your leverage. Bring your leverage down and like hold it. DCA, do the risk managed plays. And yeah, crazy to see. Binance are just getting absolutely ripped. Absolutely ripped for this. It's nuts. They're robbing us in broad daylight. Absolutely crazy. 1 second charts don't lie. This is engineered. Stop playing their rigged game. So a lot of these influencers are saying buy, hold, opt out of the leverage trading on XRP for now. And yeah, it's looking super bullish. All right, so I promise not too much more fundamental analysis, but it's important. Okay, this is like one of the things that I love about Ethereum is that they always continue to build, they always continue to improve their security, and now they're actually employing the best devs in the world. We all know that the best devs in the world are Chinese devs. And yeah, now they're strengthening their ties with these devs to focus on the roadmap, the scaling, the security. It's nice to see this feeling of global community. All right, let's move. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, this is super important because if this bill goes through, we will see the use of stablecoins across global social media, global gaming, global fintech. It could spark a mass run of adoption, a mass spike in global adoption, because all of a sudden, all the Instagrammers, everybody on all of the social media, all of the gamers, all of the game companies like Steam will move their marketplaces over to stablecoins, and everybody will say, okay, we finally understand that stablecoins are better than fiat. So I'm not going to go too deep into it. It's a very nice article here, but yeah, amazing to see. And yeah, XRP just killing it. All right, finally, well done. We can get into the altcoin trading. So thank you everybody for being here. I see this crew is sticking around to the end. Let me know who's still here, who's been here from the beginning. And well done, of course, then you'll be able to get the giveaway. All right, beautiful things happening. Beautiful things happening. All right, I think we're almost done, y'all. So let me know which altcoins you'd like to look at. I see following. Beautiful, following. The crew is here. Yeah, so maybe DCA, right? DCA, be chilled. All right, I've got so many altcoins that I want to look at. It's crazy. I want to look at BNB, Link, XRP, HBAR, Render, Gala, PENDLE, Sand. Filecoin, I want to add to my Filecoin trade. DOT, APT, ONDO. MNT, I would like to add to my MNT trade. And yeah, we've been so patient, right? We're setting the alerts for the market cipher B, bullish divergences. We're doing all of these beautiful patient things. And then some of the trades, we're just adding to in regular intervals. So it's not the same as DCA because there are contracts, but we are adding to the positions in regular intervals. And some of them we can just add to because we're below our entry and we can bring our entry down. Of course, we use the RSI to let us know when is the best times to add. I also want to look at, it's crazy. EOS, SUI, ENS, NEO, TIA, Solana, LTC. I want to look at opening a trade, placing a limit order to open my LTC trade. Leo, I want to look at BIDL, fundamentals on BIDL. Hype, TRX. I really want to finally open my TRX trade. Maybe we'll set a limit order. And then the TON ecosystem. Y'all have been talking about NOT and dogs. I also want to look at Move. I said we'd look at PNUT. So obviously this is like too much. So let me know from that list, like what would you like to look at? And if you are on Twitter, I see quite a few on Twitter, please hop through to the YouTube. Help us smash that like goal. Let's see, where's our likes? Oh, we smashed the like goal. Beautiful stuff. Awesome. Let's go. Thank you, everybody. So we'll smash that giveaway shortly. And yeah, crazy. It just shows how much analysis goes into Bitcoin. I wanted to do an altcoin stream here. We've been doing mostly Bitcoin and market charts, but there has been a lot of Bitcoin dominance, which is, of course, very, very important. Yeah, so XMR is an interesting one. We've been speaking about XMR in the communities, and it's like XMR, it's crazy because it was in such deep blood. The reason it's such a high gainer right now is because it's been in such deep blood. It was in such deep blood because of the SEC whole, privacy coin control. There was a whole sector of the SEC which was just there to basically take down privacy coins. And then we see that whole sector of the SEC disbanded, and we actually see privacy coins promoted, and XMR comes back from the grave. And lovely, I mean, I still have XMR from cycles ago. XMR is OG. I love it. And if we go to our beautiful altcoin season index, we can see we're getting another opportunity here. We are literally right now getting another opportunity to get into the altcoin run. We can see that it looks like this beautiful resistance on altcoins was broken. Market structure changed. Very soon, we're going to get a run towards a lovely altcoin season again. And it's crazy. We can see XMR leading the pack by far, right? These are the top 50 performers over the last 90 days. This is my main resource that I use for altcoin trading, for knowing what I want to add to. We see here Uni looking like a good add, MNT looking juicy, POL, ONDO. We're in all of these trades. Trump, I bought a little bit on DCA. It's fine. Trump, I'm not going to trade on any kind of leverage. It is what it is. But we are in Uni, MNT, POL, ONDO, ICP, Algo, literally every single one of these, ENA, LTC, TON. We're building the positions on all of them. They're all fundamentally juicy. If they make it into the top 50 performers, they're juicy. And when altcoin season comes, they will fly. And what I do is I add to the lower ones. And eventually, each one of these will be somewhere at the top. And I do believe, yeah, in the altcoin season, this will all be green. The top 50 performers will all flip green, and they will each get a chance to be here where XMR is. And XMR is a super interesting one because it's 40% up, which shows a massive influx of whale trading, whale influx into the coin. And it's still actually quite low. So there could be, yeah, there could still be a nice play here on XMR. Wow, crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, that is mad. Look at that. It's absolutely awesome. Remember, I always say that sideways is good. Sideways is good. And congratulations to those of you who just believed in privacy, right? XMR is really one of the OG privacy coins. It's not like you can't even choose to be encrypted and private. It's like if you use XMR, it's encrypted end to end. Of course, it's crypto. No one can like intersect it, but no one can even see on chain, right? A whole lot of crypto utility is that you can do on-chain analysis and you can see who's moving what. You can see the wallet addresses. XMR is completely private, and I love it. I just thought, with the SEC being so hardcore on privacy coins, I did question its longevity, but now, of course, we can see, well done, well done. And I always say sideways is good. Look at this beautiful breakout of the downwards channel. Absolutely awesome. The coin was going sideways for years, and then, I mean, it just beautifully retested the top. Absolutely awesome. And yeah, of course, we can't go long on this now, right? We have to wait. We have to first wait for an established swing high so that we can actually find where we're going to get our top. Once we see a top, we can pop in our Fibonacci, and then we can enter at the golden pocket. But first, we have to get an established swing high before we can actually see where our golden pocket's going to be. But that's a nice one. Thank you, Mevin. Very, very cool. All right, we're doing super well, y'all. 80s, man. Since the 80s, elite session, very much. Oh, Van Diesel's here. Please hop over to the YouTube, my brother. Hop over to the YouTube. That's where it's at. But thank you for joining. Oh, I'm so glad the crew is enjoying. Yeah, so Mevin, what do we do here? What do we do here? Like, do we short it? Let's have a look at the extension. It's crazy. This is nuts. Yeah, I think we need a more historical chart to even like figure out where this extension is. But it looks like this could really be a turnaround point. We could come down to test these levels. This could be a short. But we are still getting higher momentum. Money flow is still going up. VWAP hasn't crossed yet to the downside. I'm going to keep my eyes on this. I mean, if anything, it would just be logical to find the short it down to, you know, where we finally get bullish divergences for the long. We did get a bearish divergence on the daily. Hasn't really been a daily bull since back here. But yeah, if you went long on the bull back here, sheesh, all the way back there, 153% up. Pretty good, pretty good, especially for the current market. Okay, so I'm just going to have a quick look at some of my low margin, low risk, low leverage trades on copy trading. A lot of you know I'm trading low margin there, and we're slowly building the trades. We're trying to keep it low risk. A lot of my copiers are on very low funds. I do have copiers with $600 and $1,000, but some of my copiers are $50, and I have to just try to spread their portfolios to try to keep them involved. All right. Awesome. So there are a few ways. I'll just quickly, we're running out of time, so I'll quickly speak on how to find good pairs to trade. But one of the things I do is I come to Bybit. SXT. Do you mean STX? STX or do you mean SXT? Okay, but one of the things I do is I come to Bybit to screen pairs, and I come to the basically where you see all of your pairs. I come to perpetuals. And then I click on, let me zoom in a bit here. I click on 24-hour percentage. And then what it does is it shows you the 24-hour dumpers and the 24-hour pumpers. And I know Ahmed uses this a lot as well. And you basically look for coins that are over pumped or coins that are over dumped. And then you do the analysis on them and you look for the entries on the reversal. So you can see OL is pumped, Alpha is pumped. We might be able to look for shorts on those coins. And we can see here, you know, the dumpers, crazy. Griffin, you could maybe look for low margin longs if you find some fundamental uses in the dumpers. All right, so it's just one of the ways I screen for pairs. But yeah, let's have a look at some of the trades right now. So this is BNB. Just going to make this a little bit bigger. I know some of you are on mobile. This is my BNB trade. It's very low margin. It's hard to add to a trade when it's above your entry because then you're actually going to bring your entry up. You're going to get a worse entry. So I think I'm just going to wait and hope that BNB comes down below my entry again so that I can increase my position here. It's still a little bit small for my liking, but let's just go through some of the trades. I wanted to look at Link. All right, so we got quite a nice entry here on Link. It's also one of the positions that I would like to add to. Yeah, it will bring up our entry a little bit, but this is looking good. We got a nice position here. Let me know, crew. Let me know. I'm also asking you for your assistance here on these trades. At least it's not minimal margin. We added to the trade once, at least. And now we are above our entry. We're moving. Things are good. And you know what? Profits are profits. If we go to the moon, then all good. But I think what I'm going to do here is basically wait for the 1-day regular RSI to come somewhere down towards the bottom before I add. we can see that we might likely move up from here in this trend because the stochastic is coming down. Remember, you want to wait for your stochastic to cross its slow moving average. If you want to add into the trend, you wait for the stochastic to cross its slow moving average and then you add into the trend. And when the stochastic is coming in the overbought level, when it crosses its slow moving average to the bottom, that's when you take profits in the trend. Of course, yeah, I'm bullish on this asset. That's why I'm just adding to it at current, not taking profits yet. I'll wait for higher levels. All right, XRP is obviously one that we have to speak about. We can see, this has been very nice for us. And even now it's looking good. It's been very cool because we managed to take profits and then we managed to still add to our trade. This one was a difficult one because I had to add to my trade above my entry, which actually brought my entry up. We had a better entry. We had an entry somewhere here. I brought my entry up, but we can see it was a good place to add. And we are above where we added, so that's all good. And you can see now that I've set a limit order to add more to my XRP trade below my entry. I will also wait and see if the RSI reaches the bottom on the daily. We can see that when the XRP RSI reaches the bottom, that's the time to add to the trade. So I'm being patient. All right, let's quickly look at HBAR. And then we're going to look at some of the trades that are in blood, if we can add to them. So HBAR has also been really nice. We've managed to take profits. We've managed to add those profits back to our trade. Things are looking good. It's still well, this one's way too small for my liking. Way too small for my liking. So I'm going to bring my limit order up to add to this trade in this liquidity zone at that wick just below my entry. And yeah, I'm just going to move quite fast here. Render, I did actually add to the trade, even though we were above the entry. It's one of the assets that I think it's one of the most fundamentally useful assets in the current crypto ecosystem, the ecosphere. Right, we did have an entry right here at that wick. I did add above the entry. It brought the entry up, but at least we managed to add a little bit more to our trade. And I really do want more in this trade. So hopefully we will get more blood. I'll bring that limit up a little bit. All right, one of the interesting ones, we've been speaking a lot about Gala. So please just don't forget, right, the magic that is going to occur on Gala. It's absolutely beautiful. So nice. It's not on many coins that you will see a risk to reward ratio that is quite so juicy. Are you with me? This is epic, y'all. This is absolutely epic. I'm not going to do too much TA on this. Watch the previous live streams. If you missed it, go to the chapters. Look for Gala in the chapters. But this risk to reward ratio is absolutely gnarly. The Fibonacci extensions are beautiful. We can see now this might be a turnaround. We might even head into price discovery. But this risk to reward ratio is crazy. It's a 1 to 40 risk to reward ratio. This is why it's one of my larger positions and why I've been consistently adding to it. Again, I say over and over again, sideways is good. This is a beautiful looking chart because what this means is it has resilience in the market. It means that whales are accumulating it because whales are buying it here, whales are selling it here. Not everything, but they're selling it enough to create the trends. They're buying it here, they're selling it here, they're buying it here, they're selling it here, and even those are big moves. Even these moves are 300% up. Boom, 78% down. Boom, 634% up. And then 80% down. These are whales accumulating their portfolios. And here we see, boom, 283% up. And then boom, all the way, 83% down. And this means whales are making a lot of money here. And now we see the next up curve starting up. And we're either just going to go 500, 600% up and then, straight up just continue the accumulation range. Or eventually this range is also going to break and retest. And then we have a 1 to 40 risk to reward ratio. So it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And yeah, I'm very keen on the Scala trade. It's one of the bigger trades, but I also want to just add a limit order to add some to it. We can see it's also one of our bigger, like realized P&L trades, one of our bigger margins. And we're currently a little bit in the blood, so it's not going to hurt to add a little bit to the Scala trade. Oh, it was a similar level where we did add. Okay, I'll wait a little bit. I'm just going to make a note here. And what I can do here to help myself out, right, is you come to the daily chart on Gala, you bring up your RSI on the daily, and then you can even just pop a little line. You say, okay, even if it's close to the bottom, like even if it's around there, I want to add to my Gala trade. And then you simply just click on this line on your RSI, you go add alert, and the condition is when it crosses the horizontal line. It's as simple as that. And always try to drag out your expiry as far as your trading view plan allows you. And boom, then always check in your alerts that, yeah, there we go. RSI divergence indicator crossing of the horizontal line. We've got it at 35, and that'll be a nice tring, tring. And I'll add even more to my Gala trade for that 1-40 risk to reward ratio. Even though it looks like now we're off to the races. It looks like now market structure has changed. It looks like we're off to the races. The position is nice nonetheless. So we're all good. That's why I'm just being patient for the adding. All right, one that I actually really want to look at. I've always been quite bullish on this asset. I know it's not the most popular one, but if you do your fundamentals, this one just looks so good. Let me check how this microphone battery is doing. 70%, crazy, these DJI mics. All right, Honest KOL, very smart, waiting for $14 link to enter. Nice, bro. Yeah, XRP is goated. Sideways is good, 100%. I use this method, but just to see, not to trade them. Yeah, so don't just enter because it's overpumped. Don't just short because it's overpumped. If it's overpumped, you got to try and find that swing. You got to see, is it overbought on the RSI, on the daily, on the weekly, or on the monthly? But that's a longer tutorial. I will do it for you. I will do it for you. And let me know if y'all are enjoying the tutorials. I'm also going to start with some vertical tutorials because I see that the horizontal tutorials, they're not as watched as the vertical videos. All right, so this is the PENDLE trade. I really, really like this asset. Please go do your research on it if you don't know about PENDLE. I think it's kind of a game changer for the market. And yeah, it's still quite a small position. And we want our RSI. We also want our stochastic down at the bottom before we add to this trade. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set a limit order at this beautiful support in the liquidity of that wick. It might not come, and you know, profits are profits. If we go to the moon, we go to the moon. But I'm just going to set a limit order, all right, for a price here within this wick at 2.4. All right, and I like to order by value. And then let's just put in a nice minimum order. Always make sure you do post only. I'm just trying to get the minimum here. All right, all good. I love this asset. Let's see if we can do a 10. There we go. So now we will add to our trade if price comes down to the 2.4. It's about a 50% drop. I don't even know if this will happen on PENDLE. Sheesh, but I hope it does because, yeah, super, super nice asset. All right. Let me know which alts you want to look at. I'm just being a little bit greedy here and looking at my own alts. Just managing my portfolio a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. We are almost done. We're almost done. Enjoying it. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, I love this crew. I love this crew so much. And yeah, it's been such an adventure the past few weeks. I haven't even had time to share on social media. So over the next few weeks, y'all are going to be getting a whole lot of interesting stuff. All of my adventures I'll be sharing. Okay, so I actually met the Sand team, and now I'm also officially a Sand ambassador. For those of you who don't know Sand, it's obviously like OG metaverse. It's been around the block. And I mean, similar to Gala, this is one of the trades with like a crazy risk to reward. Like this is super hectic. If we look at, potential gains from here are 3,000%. Metaverse is in the grave right now, but it hasn't capitulated. People are at pretty much 98% loss, right, on their metaverse accounts, but they're still holding them. And I also do believe metaverse has a place. Maybe it's not this giant bubble that everybody thought it was, but I do believe Sand has a place, metaverse has a place, and yeah, this is a trade that I still believe in. And because the stochastic is somewhere down at the bottom, we're in the middle on the RSI, I'm just going to add. I really want to add to this trade. Okay, let's just see where we are with Fibonacci. I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be patient here. All right, so I'll wait for the golden pocket. There we go. We'll put a limit order at the golden pocket at 27 cents. Okay, there we go. We added a Sand limit order. Just keeping track here. When you have 40 trades, you need to keep track. What else did we add to? PENDLE we added to. Well, we added a limit. Grass. Okay, nice. We'll look at grass. Just please be careful with the low caps. Do you see how I'm trading mid to large caps? Right? Because they're not as manipulated. Okay, we have to look at ADA. My baby is giving me an opportunity to add to my ADA trade. All right, nice. We're getting a bit of blood on ADA. Stochastic is down at the bottom. So it looks like we could be seeing, turnaround within the trend. That's what happens when stochastic comes down like this. The slow moving average is not crossing over yet. It's still pointing down. And yeah, daily RSI is not yet giving us the ultimate signal to pump it like it did with the bullish divergence right here. But you know what? Oh man, I'm bullish on this asset. And I do want to bring my entry down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my limit higher, just down to the next liquidity right there, 67 cents. Do you see how patient I'm being? It's like, fine, if we don't get these, it's fine, we go to the moon. But like, try to get your ads like in the swing lows. All right, I think we're almost done, y'all. Nice, and we smashed that smashed the like goal. One of these days, we're going to make that goal 100, and we're going to smash it. All right, LDO is actually a nice one. Cool, thank you. We'll look at LDO. Okay, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. I keep saying that, and then I'm going nice and slow. But I really want to add to my Filecoin trade. I love Filecoin because it's, I like fundamentals. And Filecoin is a storage coin. It's fundamentally useful, and it's giving us this similar kind of crazy risk to reward and sideways action. That's 4,000%. 4,000% just to all-time high. And it hasn't been going down. It's been going sideways. Like I said, this is whale accumulation sideways. Whales buying, whales selling, whales buying, whales selling, whales buying, whales selling, whales buying. And when it breaks up, we go 4,000%. All right, so this one's tiny. And we're still like relatively low in the sideways zone. So this is just absolutely awesome. We're only 16% down, so it won't really change our entry much if we add to it now, but the trade is, it's just too small. It's just too small, man. We can see a little bullish, oh, not yet bullish divergence. All right, what I'm going to do here is just add a little bit to Filecoin because it's too small. I love it. All right, so we brought our entry a little bit down. We increased our margin slightly. Yeah, it's a nice pair. It's fundamentally useful. It's gone sideways in an accumulation range for a long time. All right, so I'm just going to say added. I mean, it's just crazy like how many fundamentally useful coins there are, which is why I just get so surprised when everyone's trading useless meme coins. Like, just hodl something that has value. All right, this is DOT. And we're seeing a very similar thing on Polkadot, where we've got a beautiful risk to reward ratio. And, you know, this really brings sense into my strategy and why I'm so not stressed, right, about trades in a little bit of blood or whatever blood they are, because they're risk managed and the ROIs to the upside, the reward ratios to the upside are absolutely stunning. Stunning. All right, this one's also a little bit too small. RSI is still a bit high up, so I'm only going to add a limit order. I'm not going to add to it right now, but I'm just going to put a limit order basically at this order block here at, should put it at 4. Let's put it at 4. Following, awesome. Remember to always click post only, right? Even though they're far from price, like make sure you hit post only so that you're 100% sure it's not going to go through as a market order. I'm just going to bring it a little bit higher up. All right. And like, do your research. I know these coins like the back of my hand. I know, like, don't take it from me, right? Understand the coins. Understand the coins. Okay, I'll look at Aptos. I think we need another live stream just on alts. We need a live stream where, like, we just spend a couple of hours doing altcoins. Okay, so this is looking good. I like Aptos. Like, look at these beautiful runs. I mean, anyone who looks at this chart is just like, okay, well, what happened there? You know, what happened there? What's going to happen here? It just keeps repeating itself. History is looking good, and it's way too small. This one's way too small. And we're in the blood now, so it'll bring us down. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit on market. Beautiful. This is going to be a legendary trade. And if you are following me on copy trading, just try to add margin. And welcome to the new followers on copy trading, but try to add margin, right? I know it's hard. I know a lot of the alts are in the dumps, but just add a bit of margin to make it easier for me, because I'm also managing big positions, right? Where followers have $1,000 and I can actually spread them nicely. So I'm trying to even it out between the large followers and the small followers. Okay, so one of the cool trades is ONDO. It's just crazy how many trades there are. I mean, we're just below our entry. Yeah, these are looking hella nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't mind the blood. Like, give us more blood. The deeper we go into the blood, the more blood I drink. Because I just believe that there will be an altcoin season, right? If I'm wrong, we all get wrecked and it's fine. We have the capacity to make more money. But if we're right, I mean, these are going to be gorgeous. Like, everything looks like it's literally about to pop hard. And yeah, this one's also too small. We're just at our entry here. I mean, it does seem like BTC needs to have a turnaround. So I'm just going to do a limit order here a little bit lower. Basically at this order block here at 85. It's tiny trade. Post only. Beautiful. And remember, you know, we've done the fundamentals on these coins. I'm not just going willy-nilly. We never do anything willy-nilly. Oh, Bybit Crew is the best. Yeah, Vampire, you couldn't give me a better compliment. Okay, let's go. MNT, we're almost done, peeps. Okay, so you've heard me speak about MNT. Don't just take it from me. Do your own research. I love this coin. I mean, the first reason I got involved in this coin is because Ben is one of the founders. And then, you know, they actually approached me as a Bybit ambassador and they said, do you want to be an MNT ambassador? And I said, hell's yeah. So I'm actually going to be running my own MNT events globally. How cool is that? And yeah, this one I'm actually going to add to now because I want to bring my entry down. And you see how the stochastic is crossing its slow moving average now. So yeah, it looks like we might get a little bit of a breakout. And what I'm doing each time is I'm just adding the minimum margin that I can add. And we bring our entry down. I think this coin will go to the moon. Please don't take financial advice, but I'm super bullish on this coin. All right, what's happening? We will get our giveaway from Shaquille. Yeah, no, he's going to do it very quickly once I give him the UIDs. He's going to do it very quickly, and it's a big one. So well done. Risk management is on level. Let's go. Calm down. All right, yeah, we're sniping, yo. The main thing about being a sniper is being patient. Okay, and then I just wanted to look at INJ because there's some very cool fundamentals here. And yeah, we've kind of just like been sleeping on this trade. Okay, we have our limit order here, so that's fine. I just really want to add to this trade so that it brings our entry down because, you know, I want our entry like here so that when market structure properly breaks. Yo, and I'll tell you something so cool. I'm busy creating some of my first merch. And one of the things I'm creating is, see, I use these giant mouse pads. So here you see is like this giant mouse pad so that it like, you know, you've got so much space just for your mouse everywhere. And this is like a global map, but the mouse pad that I'm creating is candle patterns. It is so awesome. It's all of the candle patterns and all of the technical analysis patterns right in front of you. The Bitcoin dominance cheat sheet, everything you need to know will be right on your mouse pad. So let me know who's keen for that. And they'll be super cheap. They'll be like affordable. I'll have e-commerce on my website. Everyone can just order them. All right, so I really want to add to this trade. Just going to bring my limit up to there. All right. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, the Gen Zs just can't focus on anything. Like right now, what I'm busy with is I'm focusing on 1 minute vertical trading tutorials because I see the attention span is destroyed. TikTok just destroyed everybody's attention span. It's gnarly. Okay, cool. We can't do all of the alts, it seems. I still wanted to look at EOS, Siri, ENS, Neo, LTC, Solana. So just let me know what you really want to look at out of those. Like let's look at EOS. You know, since Trump is buying it. Delisted. Okay. It looks like they're going to move it to a new contract address. So let's wait. Let's not enter now because then it will just close our positions. I'm interested in an LTC trade. What do y'all think of LTC? Is it time to pull the trigger? Oof, almost time to pull the trigger on LTC. And this is another one that's giving vibes. It's giving sideways, and it's giving nice risk to reward. Even from here, we're looking at 300. So it's not in the thousands, but it's still cool. All right, so what I'm going to do on LTC is I'm going to set my alert on the market cipher B daily bullish divergence. And I know y'all have seen me do this a million times, but I really hope you also do this. No stress, brother. No stress. The crew is always hopping in and out. Oh, man. I should have entered here. I should have entered back there. You can see I actually had an entry in my personal trading account, and then like I just took profits. I actually closed the trade because I was so happy. I was so happy with my profits that I just closed the trade. But yeah, I think LTC, yeah, we're just going to go for this level again. Might not come. Might not come. All right. Market cipher B daily, you just click on the indicator, then you right click and you go add alert. And you go for the buy big green circle plus the divergence. You pull your time limit on your alert all the way out, set it, create it, make sure that you see it in your alerts. There it is, LTC, bullish, wave trend, buy with the divergence. And there we go. Okay, I also just want to know, I mean, I can't believe we haven't pulled the TRX trigger yet. There's so many trades. Like, have we pulled the trigger yet? No. Oh, still good. Oh my gosh, this is like Sui. Look where my limit order was. We missed my limit order by like a few percent. 3%. Dang, we would be in so much profit right now. That's how it goes, right? Rather get less sniper trades than just like enter everything willy-nilly. Oh man, we were close. Yeah, we were close, y'all. Okay, chilled. We're just gonna put up the limit order to here. There's a nice floor there now, so we'll be patient. Let me know what you want to look at before we hop off. I said I would do PNUT, all right? But just know that, like, I don't know. I don't vibe with it yet, right? Altcoin took me a while to vibe with because it trades nicely. Like I backtested it. It follows technical analysis. It doesn't seem manipulated. The biggest, best traders are trading it. No stress. I think we're all almost dead, brother. We're almost done. Okay, so it's only a 300. Is this the right coin? It's only a 300 million market cap. So it's getting there. It's like getting there. But remember, I only trade it if it's a mid, which is above $1 billion. So right now, it's got some way to go before I'll start trading it. It also does not have a max supply. So that's one thing that I don't like about it. I also don't see a white paper. Like there's a website, there's an X and a Telegram, but there's no white paper. So it's obviously just like a meme coin. It is hyped in the news, so that's cool. Meme coin on Solana, that's nice, but like, this is what we call basically unicorn hunting. So like, basically you need to take lots of these unicorns and put a little into each because some of them will do nice ROIs. I mean, we've seen Pudgy doing good things. Goatseus, like they do pump, right? But make this your smallest part of your portfolio. Like just let the shit coins go, people, guys, girls. Use fundamentals, like do fundamental analysis. Start to love the fundamentally useful coins because those are the ones like Gala, XRP, Cardano, like I said, Render, Filecoin, Dot, even Uni, even Cake, you know, those kinds of things, they're actually used. So in the future, they will go up. So yeah, just be very careful. Very, like, if you really like PNUT, cool, put a $10, put $100, whatever's small to you. But yeah, please be chill. Okay, grass. Y'all were talking about grass. And we've looked at a decent amount of coins, so I'm happy. Yeah, this is looking cool. It's looking cool. We got a red dot and then a green dot all the way at the top. This coin is confused. And it's probably a low cap, which means it's being manipulated a little bit. So yeah. Yeah, I would say it's still looking like resistance, so just be careful here. You know, pull out these extreme support and resistance. It looks like this massive triangle. I think a lot of people would have said, okay, yeah, we're going to the moon here, right? But if you look at your extreme resistance, it's this. And you could still easily have more. Yeah. And you might, I mean, what often happens with these kinds of coins is you get like a fake out to the bottom first to wreck everybody, and then you break out to the upside. All right, cool. I think we've done really, really well. I still wanted to look at so many other coins. We didn't even look at Solana, but I think it's been a mammoth stream, right? It's been a mammoth stream. Let's end off with some fun bullish hopium. All right, so this is cool. A lot of you know that Sailor is my absolute OG. I managed to see him in person recently, which is just the bomb. He's the best. And yeah, I think it was Billy dropped this in our group, and he said, you know, we'll either be dead or have families and we won't be in crypto anymore. This is not that long from now, right? 10 years in crypto goes like that. It's really not that far away. You can hold for 10 years. Let me tell you, it is possible to hold for 10 years. Just believe in yourself. Have diamond hands. Buy some Bitcoin now. And in 10 years, we're going to see prices that you didn't even imagine, right? This guy is smart. He understands the trajectory of gold against Bitcoin. And what he's saying here, it doesn't come from nowhere, right? If he drops something like this, it's super important. This is also really cool. This is like a major historical milestone. Yes, it's just metric system, but it's really cool, right? 1 kilogram of gold is now worth the same as 1 Bitcoin. Very, very cool. All right, thank you everybody for being here. It's been amazing. It's time to smash the giveaway and let's take a bit of a rest. I think, yeah, we've been really super on it today. All right, so let me know if you can see the QR code clearly enough. Let me quickly pull up the password. All right, is everybody ready? This is for 5 people, right? I know there's much more of you live, and like a lot of you have been here from the beginning. And I remember in the past, you know, I've got some DMs like, oh, I was there the whole time, but I didn't get the giveaway. Just remember that the value here is the learning, right? Join these streams to gain learning, to invest in yourself, be your own mentor, grow. The more streams you're in, I mean, some of us, Ika, you know, they've been in my streams for years, and now they're finally becoming traders. It takes time. And like, you know, it's crazy. Like, I actually won recently in Jason Casper's stream. I've been watching Jay Casper for years. I've been in his VIP Discord for years. I won $500 just like that. And it's like, that's a bonus, right? I'm not there for the giveaway. I think y'all understand what I'm trying to say. If you were here from the beginning of the stream and you don't get the giveaway, just understand that the real value is the learning. You can make much more money with the learning than with a giveaway. Are y'all with me? And yeah, everyone loves a giveaway. Okay, so in the chat, let me know when you're ready for the password. Let me know when you're ready for the password. I'm ready to drop it. And yeah, really impressed with the focus. We've had no music today. It's been real. Let me know if you want me to quickly walk around the offices. All right, let me quickly show you around the office. Okay, so let me hide. I'll do it after the giveaway. I'll do it after the giveaway because I'm going to unplug from this screen and things might go a little bit wacky. Okay, ready. Active, beautiful, ready, ready, ready. Is everyone ready? So what you have to do is click on the QR code, input the password, and you have to be under my Bybit link. All right, I believe most of you are trading under my Bybit link. I can quickly drop the link for anyone who's new. It's in the description. And yeah, if you already have a Bybit account and you want to come under my link, you just use a new email address and transfer your KYC. But there we go. That's the link you need to be under to claim the giveaways. And there's many more giveaways, right? I was looking at my giveaway amount. My total amount is crazy. The amount of money that we've given away. Do y'all want to see? Absolutely nuts. Okay. Okay. Let me drop the giveaway. All right, password incoming. 5 of you are going to get a bonus. And dropping now. Boom. That is the password for the giveaway. And while y'all are claiming that, just very quickly, I'm going to run you around. I'll wait for you to claim it. I love watching who claims it. All right, I see 1 of 5. Oh, I see 3 of 5. I see Husseini. Let's go. All right, I see XW RAR. Well done, Abrar. And I see Aji. Aji, it says pending identity verification. So KYC your account or transfer it from your old account if you have an account. And yeah, don't stress. If you miss the 24 hours, just send me a Telegram, right? My Telegram is in the... I do believe my Telegram is in the links. And yeah, I'll send it to you. All right, 3 of 5 claimed. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. And try not to claim it twice if you already have. Let the others have a go. All right, that's only 3. That's only 3. Come on. That's 5. All right, no stress. Y'all can continue to get that giveaway. Yo, BTC is dumping. All right, I see 4 of 5. Liquidator, well deserved, brother. Well deserved, brother. All right, let me know if you did get it. Come on, one more, y'all. 4 of 5. Anyway, if you need it, it will be here in the replay. But well done to y'all who did get it. And let me just quickly walk you around. This should work. Let's see what happens when I unplug this. Cool. Unable to claim. unable to claim. So just make sure you sign up under my link. All right, let me quickly walk you around. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? All right, so this is the boardroom. You can see my setup, absolutely awesome. You can see here the beautiful Amsterdam view. Absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy. And let's go meet the team a little bit, eh? All right, so this is where the party is at. Look at all this merch. And that's the untidy merch. There is tidy merch. There's tidy merch as well. I think this might be locked. There's tidy merch. And yeah, let's just see where the party's at. This is the party crew. We got Amjad.
Hey, bro.
VIP, let's go. We got country managers. How's it, brother? Even some family I haven't met yet. How's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you doing yourself?
Good, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Mia.
Mia, nice to meet you, brother. Jordan.
Jordan, nice to meet you.
We
Welcome.
got Shaquille the OG. Look at the setup.
What's up, guys?
Look at that view. Now that's a face for YouTube if I've ever seen one. Let's go. All right, beautiful offices. Nice little private booth if you need it.
Show the merch, bro.
Yeah, no, this is crazy.
Like the Dutch merch.
Gonna do some giveaways, and I've been rocking the shirt.
Yeah, man. We have hats. We have t-shirts in all sizes. So what do we need?
I'll take a whole bunch home. Yeah, I'll take a whole bunch. I wanted to show them the consoles. Look at this. In the office. That's what's up. That's what's up. And we have peeps chilling. Here we have very important, the pool table. Super cool. We got the Red Bull on tap. We got the Smeg.
They take good care of us.
Yeah, super nice. And one of my favorite things, look at this Red Bull jumpsuit signed by Verstappen. And then more dev offices. Absolutely awesome. How beautiful is this? Super nice and so blessed to be here. All right, so let's call it a day, y'all. Thank you so much. It has been absolutely epic, as always, and I struggle to get off. But it's been so awesome, and well done to everybody who claimed the giveaway. Let's see. All right. There we go. 5 of 5. Sniper. Who's Sniper? Absolutely awesome. All right. So thank you, everybody, for being here. So much love and respect to everyone in this crew. Please remember my advice, as always. Always play from a position of power and strength. Use your stop loss and do not get wrecked. I will see you all in the communities. So much love and respect. Goodbye.